All right, let's see. We're live. Live, ready, and steady. I think we are live. Let's make sure we're live. Nice. All right, let's make sure we're live. Let's have a look here. I'm in the gold long setup that I talked about yesterday. Yeah, I'm here, guys. I'm here. The problem was I had to go to the dentist, right? So I was really fast. But let's see. I'm currently in a long setup on gold. The one that we actually talked about yesterday for the 3-hour setup. I actually took this continuation play right here. It's similar to what Nasdaq did yesterday, so I hope this one survives. As a 3-hour setup, I'm already at break even. In case it does want to take me out, it is what it is. But I'm overall looking for Nas today, right? So let's see what we have. Wieland, thank you, bro. What's happening? Hey, we got 5 people already in the stream. 2 likes. You guys are G's. You guys are legends. Let me make sure my microphone is near my mouth so you guys hear me when I talk. You guys are legends. Hope you guys are doing all right. Let's see. Did you guys see anything as of yet for today when it comes to trading? We're looking for the 6 o'clock model, right? When it comes to the Nasdaq, we do have to keep in mind that we just opened a new monthly candle. So I'm a bit like, you know, skeptic. I need to see what's gonna happen here. Is it worth trading? If you manage to get the shorts down, it's amazing. Right now, I'm contemplating. I'm like, okay, what's gonna happen here, right? If we look at it from a 6-hour perspective or from a 12-hour perspective, it looks like we might want to continue higher, right? And it doesn't want to go down. We're below the current opening of the bottom wick, or we're below the current open of the day, which means there's a big chance we might want to keep rising, right? If this is the case, we need to see where we can get involved, right? We're currently sweeping London highs. I just need to see what happens here. It could just still be the case that we're going to sweep it all the way down again, and then it's going to go, right? And then we have that sweep reversal model that we then look for. Or I need to see somehow to get involved here within the current trading leg and see if that is an opportunity. But we might have to wait for the new hour and see if that actually provides something. I'm in a small long from 6. Oh, you took it here? Nice, bro. Well played. I hope for you it's gonna continue, bro. It looks like it might be the bottom wick. You know, they tried to take out this low resistance liquidity, but they couldn't. So maybe you're in the clear and they don't want to take it. I'm a bit, you know, I don't know. I need to see. For gold now, like I already discussed this with you guys yesterday, right? You had that sweep of liquidity. Now they came back into like the extreme of the extreme, basically, and started displacing. We created the 3-hour order block. That's the reason for entry. We had the flip. I just entered. I only entered 1 micro, by the way. Like, I'm not even risking a lot of money. But the reason why is because I'm trying to target high up, right? I'm really targeting like high up. I'm targeting towards here, previous day high, because that's my overall intention. So if this happens, that's still 79 points to the upside, basically, right? Which would be a pretty drastic move, as you can see here on the 15-minute. So if that happens, that would be great. If that doesn't, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. I'm not a magician, but we'll see what happens here, though. When it comes to the 6 o'clock model, I'm a little bit like, you know, I don't know. I need to see what happens here. Are we going to continue its downtrend? Are we going to flip and actually reverse and go higher? That's just what I'm currently like, you know, asking myself. So we just almost stepped into this POI in the fair value gap, which I find interesting. Let's have a look here, guys. All right, yeah, as you can see, we almost stepped into it. This is a fair value gap, of course. Like the gray box is a fair value gap. We just swept London highs, so we need to keep that in mind as well. Oh, wrong button. We just swept London highs. So yeah, let's have a look and see what happens here. How are you guys doing, by the way? Drop a W in the chat if you're excited for today. I am excited for today. Yesterday was a really, really nice session. It was good. I enjoyed it. Today, let's hope we can get a trade that actually, you know, continues to play out and doesn't take us out on break even. That would be nice. Let's see what gold does here. We don't know. I have no idea. Yo, Morton. I'm in a small long. I appreciate it, Wilo. I do appreciate it a lot. All right, let's have a look here, guys. We got 11 people watching since we just started streaming like 5 minutes ago, which it's amazing, guys. It's amazing. I really appreciate all of you for tuning in. Hope you guys are doing all right. Make sure to smash up the like and hit the notification bell. Currently, we are looking at the market, seeing what it potentially can do here for us. It might be shorts, it might be longs. I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen within the next 20 minutes. That's the most important for me here. So I just have to be patient for now. I just have to be patient. We are currently in a long, or I am in a long currently on gold. And I'm looking for the continuation play here based on the 3-hour formation here. So it might work, it might not work. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It might flip this 4-hour. There was some heavy news regarding China not allowing to trade gold anymore, which I find really interesting. Whether this is bullish or bearish for gold, I don't have any clue, to be honest. They said they were going to buy a lot of gold, so I don't know. It's a good question, you know, that I was asking myself. Something that I've watched a video about. If you guys are interested in that video, I'll show you which one I'm talking about. Give me a second here. So we're talking about this video right here, right? So this is the video that I'm talking about. It's by Adri Geek. I don't know how you say the last name, but this guy is a pretty good guy. He also shows all the data, so he's not just yapping about bullshit. He's actually giving you some insight on why something is happening. So in case you're interested in about the video about gold, make sure to check that video out. I think it's a good video to watch. I'll share it with you guys here in the channel within the thingy, so you can watch it for yourself if you like gold, you know, if you want to invest in gold or trade gold. It's good to be aware of what's happening, especially China. You know, China is a rich country. If they deny you, one of the big banks denies you to trade gold, like they allow you to buy gold, physical gold, but they don't want you to speculate on gold, right? Because they want to have a more fixed price when it comes to the gold price. So I think it's a good idea to watch this video, guys. So yeah, we're currently in this long. Let's see if we can survive. If not, it is what it is. And I'm looking at the Nasdaq, and this might be a short play for me. I'm just gonna see what happens here. And I mean a short play back to current day low, rate that liquidity, and then maybe potentially seek a reversal afterwards. Because if you look at it from this perspective, it would be a nice bottom formation, right? You have a clear bottom wick, lower, closing higher, and a higher, right? So it's a clear lower high for the longs, but we'll have to see if this is the case. Look at that momentum down, guys. That's insane. Look at that momentum to the downside on the Nasdaq. What an insane movement down. We got 17 people watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. Make sure to smash up the like. Stay around, potentially getting a nice setup later today. If not, in a couple of minutes from now. And hit the notification bell if you want to make sure that you know when I go live on YouTube. All right, we're still in this long position on gold. There's a big chance we're going to get taken out here, though. We'll see if we can survive this one for gold on the longs. And let's see what's going to happen here regarding the Nasdaq. Are you still in, Morton? Love the thumbnail. Thank you, bro. Thank you. What do you guys think about the thumbnail? You guys like it? You guys like the new thumbnail that I've made? It was, it's this one, right? It's this one right here, so you guys can see. What do you guys think of it? You guys think it's nice? Let me know. I was fighting with AI. Guys, I can assure you one thing. If AI actually ever becomes conscious, right? If they manage to make that work, I'm gonna be the first they take down. Like I'm telling you right now, because I was fighting with AI yesterday, and it just didn't listen to what I was saying it to do. But it managed to work out pretty nasty, pretty good actually. If you look at it right now, right? It looks actually pretty good. All right, let's see what's gonna happen here. We're just ranging for now. So it's pretty hard to get involved here. As you guys can see, it's just a BPR. We are moving slowly and slowly higher and higher. But just looking at it from a logical perspective, you can see that price is just ranging, right? So we have to wait and see what happens. Either they break out, come back, and we continue the trend to the upside, right? And we look at the higher time frame perspective. Or they do something like this, and we try to get involved in the breakout lower, and we just continue the trend after it confirms it. So for now, patience is the highest virtue. Morton stopped out on break even. Part of the game, bro. Part of the game. I might get stopped out here as well on gold, you know? Gold might come to take me out here for a break even position. If not, it would be nice to stay involved, right? Yeah, here. Okay, so look at this. Okay, gold slumps below 4,000 as loses shine to the dominant tech trade. All right, let's see. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna read all of that. I'm not gonna read it, guys. I don't feel like it. Let's have a look here, though. We got a new 15 that just opened up. Let's see if this one actually manages to push higher. Like I explained before, right? Like we talked about yesterday, when it comes to gold, I'm currently in this long gold on gold. I'm at break even. There is a big chance they're gonna take me out looking at how it's forming now, but we'll see if that's the case. The reason for entry was quite simple. You had the sweep of liquidity to the downside. You have a order block being created after the sweep. They recreate a new order block in the order block, right? So you have a new demand level, and I potentially look for a push to the upside from here, right? I look for a push for the upside. The question is it gonna happen? If we're looking at the higher time frame perspective on gold, we do not have a top wick on the current week, as you guys can see here, right? So we do not have a top wick on the current week, which I like. I like it because this means there's inefficient price action. There's a big chance that they might want to come and seek that out. And if that's the case, I would like to be involved in the long, you know, I would like to be involved, but I'm not taking the heavy risk here. I'm more eager to just get out on break even a couple of times and potentially get a small loss instead of leaving my stop below the low while the trend is still bearish, because I am to that degree trying to catch the low, right? I'm trying to predict the fact that they're going to flip the weekly candle here, which is, you know, it's not a smart thing to do, guys, right? So you have to protect yourself financially if you try to do something like this, right? So make sure you understand what I'm doing here. But for now, I'm trying to see if this is going to push higher. We do have some major news coming out as well in a couple of hours from now. We have we have a Fed chairman speaking, and we also have at 4 we have the PMI, which definitely can drive price either direction. If we're looking at how dollar is moving at this current moment, we see that we can't break the weekly open, which in my favor, this is good. If dollar actually starts sinking down and comes back to the downside, filling in this gap, as you guys can see, you see that the closure here is lower than the original open. This means there's a gap in price, right? If price manages to come back here and fill this in, this means that we're actually, it's a negative correlation between the dollar and gold. This means that if it goes down, the dollar, gold likely will go higher, right? It will go up. So in this instance, if this happens, this would be really beneficial for us. Also that we have some clear resistance forming here at the weekly open. Also gives us some more, it's good for our trade if we manage to survive, right? If we manage to survive, this would be good for our setup. If we look at the VOX actually selling off pretty drastically. This means that it's more likely for the Nasdaq to go higher, right? To continue higher. And we'll see if this is the case, right? We see that we actually were rated its current day high and started selling lower and lower and lower. And right now it just looks like it wants to sell off and it wants to go to the downside, right? If we're looking at this on the 4-hour chart. And this was what I thought was talking about, by the way, on the DXY. We have a clear gap here, right? So it opened lower, it closed lower, and it opened way higher. This means there's a gap, right? So when it comes to the VOX, we see that there's clear selling pressure right now. We came back into this fair value gap here, tried to balance our price. We couldn't reach higher, closed lower. We tried to reach higher again, stay above it. We couldn't, actually swept the high, and it's also moving down now. So I'm like in a position, okay, are we going to continue to the downside on the VIX? If this is the case, there is a big chance we're going to go higher on NQ. Whether it's going to be from here or it's going to be from a bit lower, it all depends on the situation at hand, right? But right now, we're going to see what happens. We can see that We tried to sweep it, couldn't. We're closing above 6 once again, as you can see, which is nice for the longs. Oh, I need to keep that one on. All right. And yeah, we need to keep in mind that we swept the London highs. But let's have a look here, guys. Let's see what's going to happen. What is your bias on today's market, guys? Let me know in the chat. What are you guys looking for? Are you guys looking for longs? Looking for shorts? I would like to know. I would like to know. I would like to know what you're looking for. Hey, how are you? Welcome back to the live stream. Hope you're doing all right. So look at ES. All right, so we do have an SMT right now with ES. As you guys can see, ES already took the high. NQ didn't, which is interesting. Let's have a look here. We're closing the new 20-minute in 10 minutes. I'll wait for that. We have a new hourly coming in then as well. Maybe we can catch something on the hourly continuation here for the longs potentially, right? For the longs potentially. The question is from where, of course, right? That's the big question here. We'll see what happens. We can see that there's currently a unicorn model being formed here. If this actually closes higher and then comes down, this might potentially be a long setup. We'll see if this is the case or not. We'll see if this is the case or not. We'll have to see. We'll have to see whether or not they want to sweep the lows to go higher, or they actually want to sweep the highs to go lower. It could go both ways, guys, as you know, right? It could go. That's the beautiful thing about trading. I said it yesterday. I said it 100 times. Trading is such an interesting art. It can go both ways. You can be 100% right and turn 100% wrong within 2 minutes of 2 minutes, right? Within 2 minutes, 1 2-minute candle can change the whole trajectory of your trade, and it's just interesting to me. I think it's amazing. I think trading is amazing. We have 21 people watching. Hope you guys are doing all right. Make sure to smash up the like if you enjoy being here. If you're new here, let me know where you're from. And yeah, put on the notification bell to make sure you're always updated when I go live. If you enjoy some trading, right? If you enjoy some trading. Let's have a look here. So we're breaking higher on ES. NQ is following up right now, which I like. Yeah, this was the tough one, Morton. You got stopped out on break even, so that's a good thing in that instance. We are respecting. Hopefully, we can get involved again, though. We are respecting that order block here. You have a clear zone of resistance. If that actually flips, it turns into support, of course. Let's have a look. Let's have a look what happens here, though. Let's have a look what happens here. Yeah, you had a breaker block here as well, where you could have got involved for the longs. Interesting. We're going to see what happens here. We've got 7 minutes until the closure. That's what we'll be waiting for. And I'm still in the long on gold, of course. So we're still in that long position. But maybe we're going to try and get involved in a long as well here for the Nasdaq. If that's the case. Let's see if this is the case. Let's see if this is actually going to happen. 23 people watching. Hope you guys are doing all right. For the guys that don't know me, I'm Thomas Jacoba. At least that's the name that I got online. Thomas Jacoba. I've been trading for 6 years. Yeah, I've been trading for 6 years. I used to be part of an educational company a long time ago. I used to live stream on YouTube in front of a lot of people. And then I made the decision to step away. Now I'm live streaming again. Hopefully, you know, building a little community with you guys, looking at the charts together, having fun, stuff like that. So yeah, that's just me. That's all. I'm just a regular guy, guys. I'm no one special. I'm not your number one guru, I can assure you. I don't have the golden nugget. I'm trying to just make it work, right? Just trying to make it work. My stop loss was below 6. They could have run it easily, so better get out of break even. 100%, bro. It's all right, though. You can always get back in, right? So we might actually confirm it here in a minute. And if that's the case, we can get back in. And otherwise, we can also get back in around 9:30 or around 9 o'clock once this 3-hour candle actually closes, right? That's also an opportunity here that could present itself. Let's have a look, though. I'll make sure to put this on the chart so this is visible that I'm currently in this trade. But it's gonna be a long trade, guys. If this actually plays out, that would be crazy. This would be crazy. I'm definitely gonna trail my stop in case something comes up. But look at this, man. Look at this. I just got involved almost at the bottom of the 6 o'clock. All right, let's have a look here. All right, we got a new hourly closing in 5 minutes. Hopefully I can get something out of it. Hopefully we can get involved on the potential longs if this is the case, right? If they actually want to go and continue higher, then yeah, we'll have to see if this happens, right? We are currently trading in previous month's open, right? So that's what we're currently trading into. Almost. This is the previous month open. Let's see what happens here once they tap into this. Let's see what happens here. If they're gonna actually break it or respect it, maybe. We're gonna see what happens here. 26 people watching. Make sure to smash up the like, guys, if you enjoyed the live stream. Make sure to smash up the like, guys. And let me know how you trade. Let me know how you look at the market. Oh, look at this, guys. Look at the VIX. Look at the VIX respecting 6 o'clock precisely. So we actually rated above it, closed below, and actually selling it off now, which is amazing if you look at it from this perspective. Let's have a look here on the 4 hour. Yeah, it looks like it's actually just gonna continue to sink lower. And a clear target would be this low, right, for the VIX. And to fill in this insane candle that went up, right? So I think right now it does look like there's a lot of potential for the shorts here. For the longs here on NQ. So let's see what's gonna happen here for the next hour. If this is gonna provide us something, the yes or the no. We are creating a fair value gap now here on the 5 minute. The question is, how do we get involved, right? If they come back down like this, do we put our stop all the way down here for a long continuation play, right? Or do we try to get involved with a shorter stop so the target is going to be shorter as well, which I like a lot. And potentially we can just rate it back to 2 o'clock, right? Let's have a look here, though. Let's see what's going to happen here. We have 3 more minutes until the new hour. So what happened? Let's have a look, right? We rated it down. We tried to break 6. We couldn't, so we created a higher low within the 6 o'clock candle. We actually broke structure, so we changed the state of delivery. Then we broke structure again, so we have continuation move here. Yeah, I do believe this is a lot of potential here, all right? And maybe we can look for something like this for the Nasdaq. We look for something like this, and we have our stop just below 6 in case they want to come back to the 6 o'clock low right here. Maybe we'll be looking for something like this, and then we target it back to 2 o'clock highs, right? We're going to see for the new hour to open up. If this opens up, we're going to try and seek a long continuation play for the Nasdaq. Let me see if I can actually give this 2 charts like that. Yeah, I can. All right. Give me 1 second, guys. I want to, of course, keep in touch with what's happening with gold. So we're also in this long on gold. And now we're also trying to long. Oh, is this going to work? This is not going to work. Give me 1 second. And we're also trying to long the Nasdaq here right now. So we have to keep that in mind. All right, we're waiting for the closure here in 1 minute. And then we're going to try and get involved here for the long on the Nasdaq. Our stop is located below 6. If they flip 6, then I think that it could actually continue lower. Right now, we're just aiming for the 2 o'clock high. There's a really small fair value gap in between here that they could potentially come and fill in. We need to wait for the closure, though. Right now, it's not doing what we're supposed to be seeing here. Let's have a look, though. All right, let's see. We have 40 seconds until the closure. Is there anything I need to be aware of for now at this current moment? No, I don't think so. Yeah, we have news. We have the non-farm employment change in 1 hour and 15 minutes from now. Let's have a look here. See if this actually wants to do it for us. Oh, we do have a closure coming in a couple of seconds here. We need to be aware of the fact that we are in this fair value gap now. All right, yeah. If they provide a bottom wick here, and then we're gonna try and get involved here with our stop below this low. Let's see if they want to give it to us, or they're gonna just run it all the way up without a bottom wick. That would be quite sad. I'm not gonna lie to you if this is the case. We'll see. It seems like it's running it right now. We're looking for the flip of the hour, trade below, flip above again, and then continue. And then we're targeting it up all the way here with a pretty good risk reward. Yo, Marco, hope you're doing all right, bro. Hope you're doing all right. Hope you're doing all right, my friend. All right, so everyone knows this is a gold long. And now we're looking for a long on the Nasdaq. Let's see if this is actually gonna occur. I'll move my camera away, by the way. Give me 1 second. Oh, that's the wrong screen. Here you go. So you guys can actually see it. All right, let's see. Let's see if this is actually the case. So we're looking for a buy limit. The stop would be placed below 6 at this short-term low, right? If they take this one, yeah, the best low, the best stop would be this, right? But it would ruin the risk reward. So I have to take a little bit of risk here with a less calculated stop loss. We will see if this is the case. If they come back down and they retest and they make some good move up, we can definitely go to break even fast, as we would be in the bottom wick of the hourly if this is the case. We just closed in the gap here, guys. Almost closed in the gap. I think we actually did, to be honest. Yeah, we closed in the gap. Let's see if they want to give a bottom wick and then actually continue. So we're looking for this, right? Like that. Back to 2 o'clock highs. And gold is moving hard, though. You guys see that on gold? Gold is moving insanely hard right now. The target's, I'm going to just target below the hourly, below that daily low. I'm not going to, daily high, I mean. I'm not going to target all the way. All right, let's see if we're going to get a bottom wick here. We got 35 people watching. Hope you guys are doing all right. That's insane. So it's 2 streams back to back. A lot of people tuning in. I hope you guys are doing all right. Make sure to smash up the like if you enjoy it. Make sure to smash up the like if you enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy it. If there's something you don't enjoy, let me know. If there's something I can change for you, let me know. We're looking for a long setup right now for the hourly continuation play. We want to trade against the current. We want to see the hour actually trade against us so we can get involved in a bottom wick, right? This means that there is a chance that it might actually not work out. So make sure to manage your risk. You know, don't take trades that you can't afford to lose, of course. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you. I think you guys already know that. But yeah, I'm just going to let you know once again. Just to make sure that you understand that. Let's have a look here, guys. Let's have a look what's happening here. So, yeah, so when it comes to the higher time frame perspective, we can clearly see that we are trading below the current daily open for the Nasdaq. And we're trying to get involved for the long continuation, probably even higher than our target, actually. We do have to keep in mind, we just opened a new monthly candle, right? Is this going to instantly flip and go to all-time highs? It could, you know, like it could. Why not? The market does irrational things most of the times, right? The question is this actually going to happen? What did I just do? All right. Is this actually going to happen? I don't know. I wish I knew, but I don't. But we're going to see if this is the case. And when we're looking at the Volks, which is really important, guys, that's something I always compare to, is that we can see that the Volks is currently moving heavily to the downside, right? Also, if you look at this on the 4-hour perspective, we actually rated current day high, and we did that in a fair value gap, meaning that we actually made price efficient here, right? There was no traded volume here, and we actually made it efficient, and we're currently moving it to the downside, which in my head means that as Volks and the Nasdaq are anti-correlated to each other. There's a big chance that if this continues to sink to the downside, that we're actually gonna keep rising on the Nasdaq. We have a clear target in mind here, and we also have a insane inefficient candle that's right here, right? That we can make efficient here for the VIX, meaning that we can keep rising on the Nasdaq, and we're trying to get involved here if this is the case, right? So that's the idea here for now. We're gonna see if this is actually the case. We're opening a new 5-minute candle now. Let's see if they actually want to come back down and give us a bottom wick for the hourly, or they're just gonna continue to rise without a bottom wick, and they're gonna leave it without us, right? That would be tough. It is what it is if that's the case. Yeah, I hope this is not the case, guys. I hope this is not the case. I hope they come back, but you never know. You never know. We'll see. Gold is moving drastically higher though. So when it comes to gold, guys, I actually made this analysis yesterday for you guys, but I'll explain it again. So we had a clear sweep of liquidity with an order block being created. They went back into the order block, and we can see on the 1 hour time frame that they actually swept liquidity down, went into the major POI, so the last actual bearish candle before the up move, which means that if they want to go, they would go from there, at least in my instance. We had a really nice closure on the hourly that actually broke structure, as you guys can see here. So we broke structure, came back down. On the flip of the 3 hour, I got involved, as you can see, and we managed to stay alive. They came back a couple of times, but we managed to stay alive, and I'm looking for previous day high. Reason why I'm looking for this is if you look on the higher time frame perspective here for the gold session, we do not have a top wick yet on the week. I'm not even targeting the top wick, I'm targeting just beforehand. All right, I don't want to extend my luck. You know, it might actually not do it today. It could also happen tomorrow. It's still Wednesday. It's not Thursday or Friday. It's not even there, but not even at the end of the week yet, guys. So there's enough time for them to also do it later on. But right now I'm looking for a little continuation to the upside, and we're in a major POI. Gold has been selling off for a long period of time. Maybe a small reversal, right? Maybe a small reversal. Whether it's going to happen or not, I don't know. I can't tell you. I hope so. I'm currently involved, and let's hope it actually continues. All right, let's see. We just tapped into 2 o'clock. Are we going to get a bottom wick here to continue its trend higher? That's the big question, right? That is the big question. We got 40 people watching right now on the live stream. Let me know where you guys are from. Smash up the like if you haven't done it already, and make sure to hit the notification bell so you're always aware of when I go live. I don't have a fixed schedule yet. I try to go live every day around 12 o'clock-ish. I noticed that the market for me is really favorable around this hour. So if I can continue doing this, I would love to. But yeah, make sure to smash up the like, guys. And let me know where you're from. For the 43 people that are watching, let me know in the chat, where are you from? How do you look at the market? What do you think is like the current bias for today? Are you looking for shorts? Are you actually trading against me? If that's the case, I hope it works out for you. I don't hope it did for me. But yeah, if it does, it's good for you. But yeah, let's see what's going to happen here, guys. We do also still have midnight above, right? And we still have Asia highs that are resting above as well. So we still have some targets in mind that could potentially happen for the Nasdaq. We'll see what happens today. We're just targeting pretty simple now. We're just targeting 2 o'clock highs. If they actually take it out beforehand and not tapping us in, we do have to reevaluate the situation here, and maybe potentially have to wait until 9 o'clock opens up in 2 hours from now, which is like a really long time. So I hope that's not going to happen. I hope we do get involved beforehand. We'll see. We'll see what's the case here. We'll see what's the case here. Let me know in the chat who's still watching. From the guys that are here on the regular, drop a W in the chat if you're still watching. And what is your bias for today? Like, come on, guys. What is your bias for today? Are you looking for shorts? Are you looking for longs? Why are you looking for that? Learn together, guys. We're here to learn together. I'm not some special human being. If I have blood, I have red blood. I don't have blue blood. I'm not royal. I'm just a regular guy trying to make something here in the market. And I hope you guys, enjoy the live stream. As usual, I hope you enjoy it. All right, we can see that price actually moving down right now. Let's hope we get involved here and potentially get a long setup. Chop as we had 2 green days. Yeah, that could also be the case. Yeah, that could also be the case. You're right. It could definitely be the case that it's going to chop around for a bit. And we do have some major news later today, though. So who knows what is going to happen. We do have some major news today. It's a long way. It's a long way from now, though. It's gonna be in 3 hours. So we still have some time. And tomorrow we also have non-farm employment change, the NFP, which is that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be really interesting. Let's see. What do we have more? And we have the average hourly earnings. We have a lot of news tomorrow at 2:30. We have a lot of news tomorrow at 2:30. But I've noticed that the news lately is way less volatile than it used to be. And I think that has, of course, a lot to do with the war, what was going on in Iran. Personally, I still believe it's still going on. But the war that was going on in Iran, right? Did you guys notice that like the moves during the news weren't as drastic anymore in comparison to the actual market? Just the market itself was already moving so drastically hard due to the tweets and stuff from Trump and whatever and whatnot, that CPI just looked like a normal day. Do you guys agree on that? It just looked like a normal day. It didn't feel like there was anything going on at all. It's just a normal trading day. Roman, now in longs after New York Open, I think I will short. Oh, nice. I see. Yeah, maybe this could actually be the case, you know? Right now, we'll see if that's what's going to happen here. Like I said, it could also be that this is just the top wick for the current 6 hour, right? With this top wick. And we're actually going to set it off, right? We're going to set it off lower. And I'm trying to long this, and it's not going to work out. This could also be the case. But if that's the case, right now, gold is actually making up for it. If we're wrong and gold actually continues, that's okay. Then gold covers the loss that I would take here on the Nasdaq. But we'll see. We'll see if this is the case. We'll see if this is the case. We're nowhere near the Nasdaq yet. Gold is just rising. It just doesn't stop right now. I don't know who bought gold, but keep buying, please, because it's working out in my favor pretty good right now. If you bought gold, keep buying it because it's working out. It's working out. But let's see. Let's see if we can come down here for the Nasdaq. Like I said before, if we actually take out the target that I have in mind, I do have to reevaluate the situation and see what happens. I can't, you know, if the target is taken out, I just have to wait. I have no choice. And we have to wait and see if there's new liquidity being generated here, or if there's something more clear going to happen, because it could also be the case that they're actually targeting this small fair value gap on the 4-hour time frame, give us like a formation to the downside, and it actually comes down to revisit that non-hourly bottom wick, right? And we actually can take the short against our original bias, right? This could also be the case, but we'll see if this is the case or not. We have a new 15-minute in 4 minutes from now. This could definitely still do, like you guys know it, Nasdaq is just crazy sometimes. Nasdaq could open up like this, sweep it out, and go all the way back up, just like that, within a minute from now, right? That's the Nasdaq. That's the Nasdaq. So we're not excluded until the target is being hit. So we're gonna see if this is gonna happen or not. And let's hope gold is gonna keep rising. I don't know who bought it, but you are allowed to keep buying it, my friend. Keep buying it. Keep buying it. So for the guys that just tuned in, something you have to, if you want to, watch is about the gold market. Is something I talked about in the beginning of the stream. Is an interesting video by Andrea. I don't know how you say it, but this guy is a legend in my head. He has a lot of information. If you want to know about the gold's current situation, China is actually shutting down gold trading, which is really interesting. One of the biggest banks is not allowing the regular consumer to trade gold anymore, right? It's speculations trading, basically, right? They only want physical trading. They don't want people to ramp up the gold price, sell it shorter, whatever, whatnot. They want it to be static, right? And that's what they're trying to do here now in China. So make sure to watch it. It's a good video if you like to trade gold. It's important information. So yeah, let's see what's gonna happen here. We're coming closer. Let's see if we can actually get involved here. Hopefully, they're not going to break it all the way down and actually going to respect this level here. And we're going to just create another higher high, right? So we've been breaking higher and higher and higher. Let's see if this is going to continue here in a minute as well. Yes, right. Gold is very speculated. Yes, you're right, bro. The overall price of gold, of course, in a sense, like if we just look at gold, and look at its total quantity of what actually is physically right now, the price would be completely different, right? If we just do not include all the speculations and all the people that are buying gold on future contracts and stuff like that, it would be completely different. But it's no longer, it's a physical entity, but it's no longer just a physical entity. It's now also a digital currency, right? So people, the whole, to be honest, if you look at the market just in general, if you look at the Nasdaq, everything is inflated, right? A lot of prices don't make sense anymore. There's so much money involved right now that you don't even know whether or not a company is legit, right? It's a dangerous time these days, guys. It's a dangerous time these days. Market is seasonally strong the first day of July, with S&P and Nasdaq closing higher than it opens. 32 of the last 36 years. Okay, thank you for that information. I appreciate that. It actually makes, yeah, well, if that's actually the case, then there's a big chance we're going to continue to rise, right? We're going to, and the bias for us is longs, so that's actually backing it up. That's nice. Thank you for sharing that information, bro. I appreciate that a lot. Let's see what's going to happen here on the VIX. Are we going to continue to sell it lower here? That's the big question. We are coming closer here. Let's see if they actually want to provide us a bottom wick on the Nasdaq. All right, let's see. So gold is just rising continuously. Like, it's not stopping as of yet. So that's all right. We'll see what's going to happen with that one. The risk to reward on gold on this one is crazy, because I put my stop loss below here. So that's insane. That's a 15R return. Of course, the risk wasn't major at all. So in that instance, yeah, how much does it really matter? But if you look at it from a trading perspective, it was a really nice flip, right? With the stop below that low, with a really small tight stop loss. It's working out pretty drastically right now. All right, let's see what's going to happen here. We have a new 15 that just opened up. Are we going to provide the bottom wick? I am looking still for that 5-minute for value gap here. So I'm not going to get involved until that hits. I hope they will hit it. And they're not going to just put a bottom wick on the hourly and then use this and go higher. I hope they will actually provide it in this, in this low, in this structural point here. We also still have some really clear resistance here that is now turned into support. So let's see if they want to come down and continue higher, guys. That would be nice. That would be really nice. We got 54 people watching, which I find insane, guys. I hope you understand. I just started streaming again on YouTube. I thank every one of you, right? You guys are legends. You girls are legends, if girls are watching. I don't know if that's the case, but I hope you guys are all doing fantastically fine today. And let's hope we can also get a little trade here. All right, that would be nice. Congrats, brother. Let's go. Thank you, Gavin Dantes. I appreciate that, my friend. I appreciate that a lot. Am I late joining the live? You're never late. You're never late and always welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Hope you're doing all right. Economic. Nice. It's a slip tongue. It's a slip tongue you got here, bro. Your name is a slip tongue for sure. Economic. Yes. I'm just going to call you economic from now on. If you don't mind. Make sure to smash up the like. Hope you're doing all right. Soon 100k subscribers. Oh, man, that would be fantastic. We're going to manifest it together, guys. Law of attraction, right? The law of attraction. Ayo, trades looking clean, brother. Yeah, we are lucky here on this gold, bro. This gold is just rising like a maniac. Like, this is the actual analysis we did yesterday for the guys that are just tuned in. What we talked about yesterday was gold longs. I was looking for longs if they came back down, and it actually happened, right? It happened before I got live, though. Just got to tell you, I'm not going to be honest about it. You know, I took it before I went live. But the overall idea is the same. Nothing actually changed. We went down into the order block. We swept liquidity. We were on a major POI. Gold is selling off drastically for like weeks on end right now. So a small reversal at the monthly open. It's something that I'm like, maybe this is going to happen. And it's currently happening. We got involved on the lower time frame after I saw disclosure on the hourly. I was like, okay, at 6, I'm going to try and see if it's going to give us a bottom wick, which it did. And then on the flip, I got involved. Really small stop loss. It didn't cost me anything at all, to be honest, like maybe $30 or whatever. And it's rising. As you guys can see, it's rising pretty drastically right now, which I did not expect, of course, right? Guys, I'm not a magician, right? I'm not a wizard. I have no idea that this was gonna happen, but it is happening right now, and it's good. It's good, you know. It's working out. That's what it's all about. Only 9 likes. Now we got 25 likes, guys. If you guys like the stream, make sure to smash up the like and hit the notification bell. That would be highly appreciated. Guys, look at gold rising, guys. It's just insane at the moment, right? Look at this. It doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. Let's not fall for the hot hand fallacy, right? If it could still flip around and come back down, like I told you before. Gold is like my toxic egg that I can't get rid of, right? Gold is like my ex-girlfriend that always comes back into my life, even though I don't want it to happen. It does happen, right? And that's gold. Gold is just, yeah. Sometimes you just have to touch it. Okay, no. I'm gonna take that back. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. That's not the good analogy here. But yeah, gold is just, yeah, whatever. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. All right, let's look at the Nasdaq. Nasdaq is actually selling off a little bit. We just got a bottom wick. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Are we gonna get involved here on the bottom wick for the Nasdaq in this little 5-minute fair value gap and then shoot all the way back up? That would be fantastic, wouldn't it be, guys? That would be fantastic. Let's have a look here though. Gold is rising pretty drastically. Let's see where we are in gold. We actually just swept the current day high. Are we going to continue rising is the big question now, right? Are we going to continue rising? It looks like it is. It looks like it is. But I'm definitely going to trill my stop now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trill my stop below the current 15-minute low, because I do not want to see them sweep it and then flip again on me. So we already locked in 300 for today. That's a W. That's nice. Let's see if this actually wants to continue rising. That would be nice. Oh, Nasdaq, don't do this to us. Let's see if they want to give us the entry here and not get us tagged in by 1 point. Nasdaq, baby, why you do this to me? Why you do this to me? You want me to trade gold more often? Is that what you're telling me right now? Look at this, guys. So the entry was actually right here. So we did not get tapped in by 1 point, 1.5 point, 1 point. Yeah, 1 point. Okay, Nasdaq. If that's how you want to play it today, that's okay. No problem. No problem. We're going to see. Maybe it still wants to come down and give us the entry here. Stop loss is going to be located below 6. For the guys that don't know, 6 is the open of the current 12-hour candle, which means if they flip this after they just went all the way up, there is a big chance they want to continue lower, right? So I'm doing this also to create more risk to reward ratio on our setup. And yeah, let's see if this actually is going to hold up and actually gonna do it for us. All right, so we got the new 15. We will be involved in the bottom wick of the hour and in the bottom wick of the 15-minute candle, which is fantastic. That is a really good location to be in if this actually wants to go higher, right? If this actually wants to go higher. So let's have a look here if we're gonna get tagged in. Gold is still rising. Gold is still rising, which I really like. Let's see if this is just gonna continue. That would be crazy if just a 1 3-hour candle does this entire move. All right, that would be insane if that's actually the case. Let's see. The Nasdaq is almost nearing our entry here, guys. Let's see if this is actually gonna hit. It just started raining, guys. The Netherlands has been like insanely hot for the last couple of weeks, right? Or weeks, 2 weeks, I think. Let me have a look. Actually. So the Netherlands has been, yeah, really hot for like 2 weeks, and now it's gonna rain. It's gonna storm. Isolated thunderstorm is what it says. Isolated thunderstorm. That's nice, you know? I do have an air conditioning here. I'm going to turn it off now because it's not that hot anymore. It's like 20 degrees. Let's hope it's going to cool down for a bit. That would be nice. That would be nice. All right. For the guys that just tuned into the chat, let me know where you guys are from. I would like to know where you guys are from. I'm from Amsterdam, close to Amsterdam. I'm from the Netherlands. I'm 23 years old. I've been trading for 6 years for the guys that don't know. And yeah, I used to be part of an educational company, eventually went my own way, and now I'm here back again live streaming. I used to do this on a day-to-day basis, a lot of hours every single day. A lot of guys in the chat already know me from that time. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it just like they did. As far as I'm aware, they actually enjoyed it. All right, so we got tagged in. Our stop loss is located at 82. I can't really precisely see it, but it's going to be below this low. And we're targeting back up to 2 o'clock highs, right? So we're targeting back to 2 o'clock highs. Let's see if they actually, let's see. So 2 o'clock highs right here, right? Let's see if this actually wants to play out here, guys. If they want to go and reverse all the way back up, or they're respecting 2 o'clock and actually gonna sink it down. If this is the case, manage your risk, guys. Manage your risk. We can't always be right. We can also be wrong. So sad. The Netherlands lost with Morocco. Yeah, it is what it is, though. It is what it is. I don't really watch football, guys. I don't really care about football. I gotta be honest with you. For the hardcore football lovers, my apologies, but I really do not care about football. Like, I really don't care about it. I'm more a fighting guy. I've been fighting since I was 14, right? So, yeah, that's normal. That's more my forte. But I like, if I tell people that I don't see the value of running behind the ball, right? When I tell someone that, they have a really good response saying that they don't see the sense of in like fighting, right? Knocking someone out and stuff like that. They don't see of course, which I understand. So yeah. I think it's getting rejected from the point of control. It might go down. You might be right. You might be right. Which are you looking at? Like, you're looking at this current range, or what are you looking at? Let me know in the chat. What are you looking at? Where you define your point of control from? You might be right. It might go down, and it just sink to the downside. Currently, we do have some ideas here. You know, we have the VIX moving down. So we have the VIX, of course, moving to the downside, which actually backs up the idea for the long on the Nasdaq for us. So we do have some, you know, some things backing it up. Whether or not this is actually going to work out, I don't know, right? Like, you're right. It could definitely move down. If this is the case, we're going to have to wait. You know, we do have some low resistance liquidity here to the downside, which could potentially be a target. You know, it could definitely be a target that they want to reach back down here. If that's the case, our stop is located at a pretty good location, I would say, because we create a high, low, broke a structure higher, came back to test it, couldn't break it, broke structure higher again, so you have a double continuation higher. Now we just hope to see the triple continuation higher, right? Whether or not this is the case, I don't know. Well, we hope so. We hope to see this happen. And our stop is located below 6. Reasoning why is that if they flip 6, that's the current candle we're trying to trade. We're wrong. You know, we're wrong on the setup. It just is what it is, you know? So we'll see if this is the case or not. And if they want to move higher. If they don't want to move higher, we're going to just wait. We're going to wait and see whether or not price wants to continue lower. Then I might actually have to wait for the sweep of liquidity if I want to look for longs. Maybe we can then look for shorts if we're wrong on this setup. Yeah, we just have to see whether or not it's going to play out. Right now, it's moving in our favor, though, which is nice. Let's see if we can actually continue to break higher and close the candle up. That would be nice. That would be fantastic. Let's see when we get into around this area. I will go to break even. We can see that there's a really small gap here. So if they come to retest this gap, the reason why there's a gap, you have a lower closure and a higher open, right? This one is just valid. I hope they break through it and they don't respect this one. But there could definitely be a little inefficiency here that price wants to come back into. And if this is the case, they could also flip from there, right? So I have to manage my position here, guys. We are located in the bottom of the wick if this actually is the case, and we're looking for the flip. We already flipped the hourly candles, so this is nice. All right, we're moving our stop to break even on the Nasdaq. Let's hope this actually holds up, and we're going to continue higher. We do not have any overlapping positions here. All right, so let's see what's going to happen here, guys. Let's see what's going to happen here. How much would this be? This would be, yeah, around 2R. So we're just targeting back to this high. Let's see if that's going to play out. We are in a long still on gold. Let's hope that also plays out for us here. So this one is located at break even. The flip of the hourly actually occurred here, as you guys can see. We flipped the hourly bullish right now. If they close above it, this would be even more fantastic than fantastic. Let's hope that actually plays out. If not, it is what it is. We are secured anyways now, so that's a good thing. Always secure your capital, guys. Always secure your capital. So let me know what the point of control is that you're looking at, so I have a bit of an awareness of that level. You might be totally right. You know, if they don't want to break this high now and they can sink to the downside, this could definitely happen. Let me know where the point of control is located for you, bro. I would like to know. Then I have a bit of an understanding here. Boxing is live. Yes, sir. You're right. Tommy's boxing only. Yes, bro. Boxing on a day-to-day basis. I've been boxing a little bit less. Like, not in the gym. I still box at home on a day-to-day basis. Like, genuinely, guys, if I don't do it, I go crazy. I go nuts. Like, I need to box every single other day at least. So all my anger and everything that I store up to be so positive, I can throw it out onto the bag, you know? And it's a good thing though, guys. It's a good thing. If you never tried boxing before in your life, maybe consider it. You know, boxing is it's a form of art. It's a way of living. I think it's amazing, guys. I really do believe it's amazing. All right, let's see. So we tried to, like I said, guys, you can clearly see what happened here, right? We tried to break through it. We went back into that inefficiency and we're actually setting it off now. We are staying above the open of the hour right now. If this actually stays the same way and we manage to break above it again, that would be bullish. That would be nice for us. If this is not the case, we'll see what happens. If they manage to close this bearish into our point of interest, we're not going to take another position, of course, right? We do need to see some displacement. I don't want to try and predict where price is going. If it doesn't want to do it, it doesn't want to do it, and we just accept it for what it is, right? We're like I said, we're not wizards, right? I'm not a magician. I wish I was one. We all be millionaires right now, but that's not the case, sadly. We can still try to do it. We're just regular people. But big dreams, guys, with big dreams. We got 62 people watching. Make sure to smash up the likes and I hope you guys enjoy the live stream as thus far. We got 28 likes. Make sure to smash up the like and hit the notification bell, so you can get notified whenever I go live on YouTube once again. This will probably be around the same hour as today, right? Around 12 o'clock, so 6 o'clock for New York time. So 6 o'clock New York time, make sure to change your chart to New York time so you understand what I'm talking about. Or you change it, or you look at on the internet, or you ask JTBP. All right, we got stopped out on break even. So let's see what's going to happen here. Look at this instant sell-off also to the downside. Just going to wait here for a second. This one got stopped out on break even. Gold is still rising. Gold is still rising. Let's have a look here, guys. Let's have a look what's going to happen here for the Nasdaq. Does this want to go higher, or does this actually want to go lower, like my guy Warlord Gaming in the chat actually said to me? There is a point of control interest level here somewhere. He didn't tell me where it is, but it is located here somewhere, and this might actually be the causal factor for it moving down. Let's see. Gold is still moving higher. It's still moving higher. If we manage to get another big displacement, I'm gonna throw my stop loss again higher. So for now, we just have to wait and see if they actually want to move higher. All right, let's see what's going to happen here on the Nasdaq, guys. Let's see what's going to happen here on the Nasdaq. Do we get some form of confirmation? Right now, it like I said, it closed back into the POI, so I can't get any. I can't get involved now, right? Like the POI is disrespected, so we just have to wait and see what's going to happen here. Whether or not they want to move higher or they actually want to move lower. They just step back into 2 o'clock. For the guys that are wondering why I have 2 o'clock on my chart, 2 o'clock is basically the 8-hour opening for the current day, right? You can see that 8 o'clock opens at 2 o'clock, as you can see in the bottom of the screen, right? Meaning that if they can't flip this candle, it means they can't break higher and redeliver higher for the 8 o'clock hour, right? Simple change the state of delivery when you're talking about, okay, where's price delivering to? Are we bullish? Are we bearish? Where are we in the candle that you're trying to trade? Right now we're below. We're trying to seek the longs, but maybe the longs are not the play because they couldn't break 2 o'clock and they actually want to go lower and potentially seek out this low resistance liquidity. If this is the case, we might have to look for the shorts, right? And the longs are not valid as of yet, even though the Volks is giving me that vibe that they might want to go lower. It could still go and rise higher before it goes lower. That's the beautiful thing about trading. You never know when the move occurs. If you're right on the bias, that's one thing. You also need to be right at the timing of your entry. That's really important, guys, right? If you're new to trading, write that down. It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong on your directional bias if you're entering at the wrong spot at the wrong time, right? So you have to wait and be patient. Be patient because we could still rise up like this, meaning that the Nasdaq is going to sink down, and then the VIX finds some level of resistance here, and we're actually going to sink lower afterwards, right? And if this is the case, the Nasdaq most likely is first going to go to the downside, right? So it's going to continue lower, and then it's going to continue to rise higher. So let's have a look here. We just opened a new half-an-hour candle. This might actually be a potential short level here. We're going to just have a look here. I'm going to remove some of the drawings that we have. This one was on break even. Remove this, remove that, remove this. Just gonna have a look here for a minute. I can't take any positions unless they actually give me a clear structural break of 6, close below, come back up, and then we can potentially look for a continuation play, right? Something that we've been looking for. So you would have a flip below, rise back up, something like this, and then a continuation, we try to get involved. And they clearly show us that they are bearish by creating lower lows, right? And lower highs. So then we have some structure that we can work off, guys. Then we have some structure that we can work off. The POC was 433. Ah, nice. And how did you draw the POC, bro? How did you get the POC? Could you let me know? What did you use to define your point of control? 64 people watching. Hi, it's me, my brother. Hope you're doing all right, bro. Hope you're doing all right. How is Thailand, bro? You're living the life? You're still living the life? I'm pretty sure you do. I'm pretty sure you do. In case you're wondering, we just had a long setup that got stopped out on break even here for the Nasdaq. And right now I'm just patiently waiting to see what's going to happen next. I'm just patiently waiting to see what's going to happen next. We are in a gold setup though. Gold is rising insanely hard. Gold is rising insanely hard. Let's see. So if we manage to flip this bullish once again and we come into around this level, I will start trailing my stop loss again for gold. We'll see if this is the case or not. If not, we're still securing 300 bucks regardless of what's going to happen here. So let's see. So we are sinking lower now, as you guys can see. You were right, Warlord. Well played, bro. Well played. Nice call. Nice call, my friend. Really well done. Let's hope for you, if you're in, that it's gonna continue to the downside, right? If that's the case, if you're in this trade. All right, let's have a look here. I'm for sure just had the best food, best smoothie. However, I'm on cost 2 days in a row from boxing. Not good. Yeah, well, bro, sometimes you just have to step away for a second, right? Like the funny thing about learning, bro, is learning is like, let's say if you're boxing, did you notice this ever before? Like the only thing is with boxing, the problem is conditioning, right? If you stop for a week, you're instantly back to square one with boxing, at least, right? Boxing is really intensive, guys. But you learn so much by not doing anything at all, right? Like by not doing anything at all, meaning that you are pursuing a certain art, a mastery of something, trading, whatever. The moment you take rest, you're actually learning, right? The moment you're not doing anything is the moment you start learning, right? Meaning you can do repetitions. And there's a lot of studies done by this, by the way, guys. I'm telling you, there's a lot of studies done that there was 3 groups of basketball players, right? And one group did nothing at all. Another group practiced throwing the ball continuously. And another group actually practiced inside of their head, right? And the group that did nothing at all, of course, performed worse, right? But the other 2 groups were almost equal, meaning that just by practicing, without actually practicing inside of their mind, they became better. Of course, you need some experience with whatever you're trying to do, but it's the same thing for trading. Is a good example. If you know how your setup looks inside of your head and you continuously print it inside of your head and you're like looking, okay, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I'm looking for, your mind will start recognizing it on the chart. You know how beautiful that is, guys. Your mind will start recognizing it on the chart. And it's also with everyday life, right? If you're boxing, if you're working out, you will watch back the videos. You will think inside, okay, what can I do differently, right? You're trying to learn from what you see when you're boxing and stuff like that. It's a beautiful art, guys. It's a beautiful art. Make sure to be well informed regarding this topic. It's a good thing. It's a good thing, guys. I have an indicator that's showing me we're rejecting the VWAP POC, where sellers were aggressive, high volume. I see. Okay, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Makes a lot of sense, though. You can clearly see that 2 o'clock also provided us a clear selling pressure to the downside. So maybe the 2 o'clock is actually your point of control, around 2 o'clock. All right, let's have a look here. Let's see what's happening here. So the low that actually put in the high is being broken here, as you guys can see. We tried to reach back up, we couldn't, broke again. So we have a continuation play here that's happening right now. We do need to watch out for 6 and see what 6 is going to do. Are we going to sink it lower? Are we going to back higher? That's the big question right now, right? We're going to wait for the new 15-minute candle to open up. We have a clear selling pressure right now, right? It's clear selling pressure. Let's see if we can actually change the state of delivery and close below 6 o'clock. Bro, by the way, you're looking handsome in your thumbnail. You're trying to tell me that I'm not handsome in real life. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Is that what you're saying to me? That's okay. It's not a problem. I appreciate it that I'm looking good on the thumbnail. I appreciate it. I made sure I look good on the thumbnail so people press on the live stream, and then when they tune in, they're like, who's this ugly guy trying to persuade me into coming on the live stream? Well, he's actually an ugly guy. I got you guys. I convinced you guys to come on the live stream. You know how smart I am, guys. You see how smart I am. Visualization. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, we got 55 people watching. We have a continuous viewer base of around this number, which is insane to me. Make sure to smash up the like if you enjoyed the live stream, guys. If you enjoyed the live stream, make sure to smash up the like. Let's hope we can get another trade in that actually works out for us. I thought first AI. Well, it's not AI, actually. Well, it is AI. It is AI, right? It is AI. But it's a picture of me that he made into he just made it for me, right? But a picture of me. Right? It is me, right? It is me, guys. You can say what you want, but this is me, right? The same curls. I'm wearing the headphones, right? He made me look a little bit older, though, right? He made me a little bit older, a little bit more handsome. It's okay, though. I don't mind. At least I look good on the thumbnail, right? At least I look good on the thumbnail. Walls is speaking at 9 to 10 a.m. Yeah, there's a lot of volatility incoming. You're completely right, my friend. You're completely right. So we have to be really careful. I think this low resistance liquidity right now seems to be the target. We're going to try and see if we can get involved here on the next 15-minute candle. The question is, where do we put our stop loss, right? That's the big question. We can see that we inverted this fair value gap here. And we also have an overlapping fair value gap. Are we going to come all the way back up into this fair value gap to give us an entry? That would be insane if this is the case, right? We'll see if this could potentially happen. We do have a 1 minute fair value gap here as well, and then we actually have a pretty simple stop loss above this high, right? So maybe this is something we could look for, and we would then look for the shorts all the way to the bottom. We'll see if this is the case, right? We'll see if this is the case or not. We're gonna wait for the new 15, see if this opens up, the yes or the no. And then we're going to look for the short opportunity here. And we can we can also use this stop wick. All right, let's have a look here. Let's see what's going to happen. So this one got stopped on break even. And let's make sure this is actually marked a little bit more visible, that we are trading below 6 right now. London SMT, then back up to 4-hour sweep, then close down, candle, then up is my plan. Oh wait, let me read actually. London low, SMT, then back up, 4-hour sweep of the down close candle, then up is my... Okay, I see what you're saying. So you're looking for an SMT with ES, right? At the bottom of the day. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. We do have... it seems like ES is stronger at the moment. We already have an SMT here at the highs, right? We do have an SMT here. So it is actually showing us that the Nasdaq is actually significantly weaker. This was also the reason why we entered the long. We're trying to, you know, confirm that there is no SMT, but it ends up being an SMT, which is interesting. Let's see what the VIX is doing here. So the VIX is still trading down. We do need to see some momentum to the upside here for the VIX. Yeah. That's a good question here, guys. That's a good question here. So if we want to look for the shorts on the Nasdaq, I would like to see price going higher on the VIX, meaning that, oh, I think this actually could work out. This could work out. This means that we're trying to just create a short-term move here for the manipulation to the downside. A London SMT at the highs. We need an opposing SMT to go back up and target London high. ES looked like it smashed previous day high. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, ES is also a bit of the driver, right? So we could definitely see potential a continuation play here. We do have we are in this 2-hour fair value gap. I just noticed because I'm on the 2-hour time frame. We're also in a 4-hour. We actually broke through it. Didn't close it though. Interesting. Yeah, if you look at this, we actually did sweep the liquidity here, right? So, which is interesting. It's short already on NQ. Nice, guys. Nice. You guys are way more aggressive than me. You guys are killing it. You guys are killing it. All right, let's see what's happening here. Gold is just stagnating here. We'll see what is going to happen here. ES looks better. Yeah, ES does look better for a short opportunity here. It looks a bit cleaner than NQ. But maybe we can get involved still. It seems like NQ is weaker though, right? NQ looks weaker. We did sweep already liquidity on ES. So, yeah. Bullish NQ, bearish, that's a big cracking. Yeah, there's a big cracking correlation. Yeah, for sure. For sure. But I think this might actually be a pretty clear target, right? We have these lows here that are being stacked up. This is BPR. Maybe they want to take it out. Maybe they want to take it out. And of course, we also have to remind ourselves, guys, we had like continuations of bullish days to the upside. We're still trading above the weekly open. It could just be that this, and we tapped into this inefficient gap, right, as well. So it could just be the fact that this actually is just going to sink all the way down. If this is the case, yeah, I'm not going to... That's a big storm, guys. There's a big thunderstorm going on right now. But yeah, let's have a look here. London low is a must to go to previous day high. When we sweep a session low, we go to previous day high. I see. All right, let's see if this is the case. Let's have a look here, bro. Let's have a look here. All right, so NQ, we have a new 15 we have a new hourly coming in 15 minutes. We might have to wait for that. We might have to wait for that, and then the new hour is gonna go up all the way, retest this level of resistance. Yes, guys, I actually said it, level of resistance. Because there's an open and a closure here, right? Meaning that there's orders left behind that they could come and retest, and then we can look for something like this, right? Depending on how the hourly closes. and we look for a 2-hour return, or we're trying to, you know, trade it back into those lows. So we're gonna just wait for the new hourly to open up here. I'm not gonna get involved until that happened. We actually went back to 6 and we couldn't break it, which is interesting. Let's have a look here. Let's see what happens here, guys. We are trading above 6 as well. We actually already traded above 2 o'clock for ES, so we're actually we have a bullish 8-hour right now on ES, which is interesting. Do you guys hear that? You guys can't hear it, right? It's raining really, really heavily right now. Heavy rain, heavy rain. Can I meet you in person when I go to the Netherlands? Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, why not? If you're not gonna kill me, and not gonna kidnap me, then yeah, sure. Why not? Shoot from this crack, bullish SMT, let's see. Everything good. Everything alright. Everything alright. We'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens here. Alright, let's see. So we just opened a new 15-minute candle. Pretty drastic move, if you ask me, after retesting and actually mitigating this wick. So we mitigated the wick that went all the way down here, as you can see. So if you look at the quadrants here, for measuring the wick, we actually went into 25% or 75%, whatever, just and we tapped it, closed above it, and actually reaching higher now, which is interesting, right? We're also trading above the London Open, meaning that currently we are flipping or trying to break the 3-hour candle bullish. Well, it was the 3-hour candle, but of course it reopened when 6 opened. So I'm just saying something that doesn't make sense, but it is what it is. Part of the game. Part of the game. Let's have a little look here. Let's see what happens here, though. 65 people watching, 35 likes. Make sure to smash up the likes, guys. That would be highly appreciated. All right, we're gonna trail our stop loss again here on gold. I'm gonna try and see if this actually wants to continue higher and just keeps pushing higher. If this is the case, that would be fantastic. We're already securing $380 here on the gold trade, which is insane. Like, I did not expect it to move like this, but we'll see if it wants to continue. It wants to continue. There is, of course, a big chance that during the open, this is gonna rise down and take us out, but we'll see if that's the case or not. London session is full of traps. They trap sellers, now they might trap buyers. Yeah, you're right. It could be the case. It could be the case. It could be the case. They're trapping every single one of us. Nice stream. I subbed. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate that. Thank you for letting me know. I truly appreciate that, my friend. That you said that to me. I really appreciate that. Thank you, man. All right, we got 71 people watching, which is just insane, guys. It's just insane. 71 people watching. You guys have to understand, I only have 400 subscribers. So, you know, it's insane. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate it. I actually enjoy it. This time, stuff is better than ICT. Ooh, Mr. V, welcome to the live stream. I appreciate you, my friend. I appreciate you a lot. Mr. V is one of my mentors, guys. One of my mentors. My in-life mentor. My trading mentor. He's my guy. He's my guy. All right, let's have a look here. So what are you guys looking for? Let me know in the chat. Some of you guys are looking for the shorts. Is there anyone that's actually looking for the buys? And if you're looking for the buys, let me know why, you know? You're my mentor, Youngblood. Okay. Trying to make me blush here on the live stream. He's trying to set me up here, guys. So I started blushing on the live stream. That's what he's trying to do here right now. No, I'm joking. All right, let's have a look here. So we close back above 6 o'clock. They can't break 6 right now, right? You guys have to understand 6 is major, right? If they can't break it, we have to patiently wait. We're waiting for the new hour. If they manage to close it below, would be nice, right? That would be nice, because then we're actually creating some bearish structure, meaning that there's a lot of potential for people being stuck in their position, right? We'll have to see. V from Voltaren. He got a lot of bruises from trading. Yes. All right, let's have a look here. Buy is not valid until we sweep some sort of time-based liquidity. Okay, so you're really looking for the lows before we can look for the highs. I see. I only trade after 8 o'clock. I see. So what is the reason you only trade after 8 o'clock? Hi, it's me. Let me know. Let me know why you only trade after 8 o'clock. Ain't that the truth? Yes, sir. All right, let's have a look here, guys. All right, we got a new hourly coming in 10 minutes from now. London is a mess. London is London. London is London. What a way of trading, guys. What a way of trading. All right, let's have a look here. Though we have an hourly candle closing in soon. If they close this bearish and they actually come back up for the new hour, they tap into 6 o'clock, give us some sort of confirmation here on the lower time frame, we actually can try to get involved. The question is, where do we put our stop loss? All right, I wouldn't mind them actually taking this high on the new hour. That would be even better. And then we get involved, because then we can actually put our stop above this level of resistance, right? If this is not the case, we're gonna try and get involved and put our stop as logically as we can, and that's gonna be somewhere here above these highs. Remind yourself, they could then sweep it, and we might have to enter again if this is the case, right? So make sure you, if you get involved, that you risk the correct sizing for your mental state and your account state. All right, let's have a look here, though. My shorts are looking nice now. Let's go, Roman. I know you were in shorts around here, right? Around 401. I think you said that you were in shorts around 400-ish. If that's the case, let me know. You should be looking really good at the moment. So that's nice. Oh, guys, we're rising up to 500 in profit on gold. You guys have to remind yourself, I took this trade with a $40 stop loss, right? So we're up at 1 to 10 right now, right? We're up at 1 to 10 right now, which is insane. Which is just insane. Normally something like this wouldn't happen, right? You just have to look at the beginning of the stream. We were like up $20, and now it just gone, and it's not coming back for some reason, which is nice. With we're trailing the stop just to make sure we are getting something out of it, because I've seen gold. Gold is like I said it before, guys, gold is like my ex-girlfriend that I can't get rid of. She might just come all the way back down, tap me out, I get emotional, and that's not a good thing, right? So we make sure that we track our stop loss. I entered the 400, put a stop loss at 415, STP at 295, good. 295. Well, yeah, it depends, right? Like, it could definitely go there, right? Like, personally, I think it might go there, but don't take anything from me, bro, right? If you entered at 400 and you had your stop at 415, so if you, let's say you look at the deviation from this move, that where you actually put your stop at, right? You're already at a standard deviation, right? If you hit the second standard deviation, there might be a retracement, right? So calculate your moves based on the market itself, right? If the market is, if you are already at 2R in profit, for example, maybe trill your stop, make sure you get something out of the move in case it does turn around again. If you wanna increase your target, I would advise you, non-financial advice, just advice from my side of things when it comes to trading, to trill your stop, right? If you want to actually get a really large move. A lot of traders that I see that make a lot of money doing this, trill their stop loss, right? They trill their stop and they just accept whether or not they're going to get taken out with a trailing stop and at least make some money, or they make a lot of money. But the market, the Nasdaq, the market in general, it just can go like that, and it flips the entire way around. And out of nowhere, your perfectly looking trade looks totally, not good anymore, to say it in the least. If I look at for example, let's say we look at the trade from yesterday. I was in this position, right? I was here. I was short here, right here, right? My stop was right here. I was on a 3-hour trying to trade this down to the Asia lows, right? That was the initial target, to the Asia lows. I had my stop somewhere else, by the way. Let me see where we got involved. Oh, we traded, no, we were trading for a 1 to 5 hours. So we tried to trade somewhere around here. I had my entry. It's on the live stream from yesterday. We went against us in the beginning, right? It went against us in the beginning, which is part of the game. It's all trading, right? Out of nowhere, this candle flips around completely. Closes bearish, looks fantastic, right? If you're in this trade, let's say, oh yeah, we entered right here with the stop above here, right? If you're in this position and you look at the 3-hour candle and you see that it closes like this, you're like, guys, there's no way I can lose this position. I still decided to trill it, right? And 9:30 opens up, and this guy, this girl, the Nasdaq, just goes up 500 points, right? So it's always good to trill your stop and make sure you're always protected. I'm just telling you. Thanks, man. It's only my eval, so we'll probably hold it through and only go break even after 345. Sure, bro. Make sure, make the decision on whatever you think is the best, right? Just do whatever you think is the best. On ES, we are in the 5-minute fair value gap. Let's see how it plays. All right, let's see. We got a new hourly coming in 6 minutes from now. Then we might get involved. We might see a potential setup forming here. Let's see. Yeah, we are selling lower. Let's see how this closes on this current 5. If they manage to close below 6 on this hourly, that would be nice. Also for confirmation for the continuation down here. It looks so good for the shorts. It looks so. If you also look on it on the hourly, it looks so good on the shorts, guys. Do you see that? It looks so good. Whether it's gonna actually play is the big question, right? What we're waiting for. We're gonna see what happens here. It's already selling off. For the guys that are already involved, you're in a nice position as of yet. You are in a nice position. I hope for you, whoever is in the short, that you are making a bankroll right now. We tried to long it here. We got stopped out on break even. I think we made the right decision. You guys remember? You guys remember about this little gap here that I talked about because of the closures of the candles? You see what happened afterwards? So I think we made the right decision by going to break even. Because it went the other way afterwards, in case you haven't seen it yet. It went the other way. All right, let's have a look here. Yeah, gold is still rising. I can't really do anything about gold. I think, if it wants to continue, it would be really, really nice. Let's have a look here, guys. TP 330. All right, so you're looking for 330. Nice. Okay, let's see. Let's hope it actually plays out for you, bro. I really hope so. It would be nice. Maybe I can still get involved if this is the case, right? If they still if they want to come back up first, I might still be in a position to get involved. We'll see if that's the case or not. London low. Yes. When I see the low resistance liquidity, can't long, especially when news comes up with the manipulation. Yeah, no, you're right. I understand completely, bro. I understand completely. Following the rules. Let's say we got news in 15 minutes, by the way, guys. We have the ADP coming out, right? The non-farm employment change. It's an orange folder, but it can still do some damage, right? So make sure you are aware. Van Houten. Welkom terug, grap. Welcome back to the live stream, my friend. Van Houten, welcome back. So everything is going all right, bro. I have one break-even trade. I'm currently in a long on gold, which is playing out insanely well. I'm not gonna take credit for this. It just went like a maniac, and it's playing good. It's doing what it's supposed to do. But I'm bullish until previous day high is taken. I see. All right, let's see. We got a new hourly coming in 3 minutes from now. So we have to wait and see if this actually is going to give us something. If we want to get involved here, I would have to see it go higher, right? Maybe do something around 6. If they want to provide something around 6, that could also give us a really good confirmation for the shorts. If they want to break higher than 6 and they go something up here, right, and then give us the confirmation, that would also be okay, right? At least it needs to go up. I need to trade on the top. I need to trade above the current hourly. All right, I need to trade above it. So I have no choice. I need to wait for that. Raymond, I just joined the stream. Hello, people. Welcome, my friend. Hope you're doing all right. Welcome to the live stream. Let me know where you're from. We have 77 people watching, which is just, like I said before, guys, which is insane to me. I appreciate every single one of you. If you like the stream, make sure to smash up the like button and hit the notification bell so you're aware of whenever I go live. So, yeah, for the guys that just tuned in, by the way, we are in a gold setup, like I said before. I'm going to give you a little explanation of why we're in the gold setup. We actually swept liquidity. Just let's first look at the higher time frame. Gold has been selling off insanely hard for days and days on end, right? It's for weeks on end, actually. And we just opened a new monthly candle, and we're in a POI. We're at, like, the highest point it could be, as if it wants to break this, it's just gonna annihilate, right? It's gonna go all the way down. I was like, okay, maybe there's gonna be some form of manipulation higher or a wick to the upside, because we do not have a top wick on the current week. I actually discussed this yesterday on the live stream, that I was looking for this long setup. And as you can see right now, it's moving pretty good. We swept liquidity, closed higher, gave us the bottom wick, and we got involved in the bottom wick, which is just fantastic, right? And if we then look on the 3-hour time frame, we can see that we had a clear wick to the downside, sweeping liquidity, closing higher, creating an order block, and we got involved in the order block. Now, if we look at the hourly time frame, we got a structural break on the hour, and the new 3-hour opened up. We get a bottom wick. I take it on the flip, got involved, and for some reason it never came back. It never came back. And as you can see in the beginning of the stream, I was like, we were like around our break-even level, right? So it was around $20 or something in profit, and it just went, right? I only risked one contract, so we're up like a 1 to 10 right now, which is just insane. I was not expecting this to happen, guys. Right? I'm just telling you straight up, I was not expecting this to happen, but it's happening right now. And when it comes to the Nasdaq, for the guys that just tuned in, we actually had a long setup that got stopped out on break even, right? After it reached a couple of points in profit, nothing major. So it stopped us out on break even. And right now we're potentially looking for a short play. We're potentially looking for a short play if this wants to be provided to us. So that's the current situation. We just opened a new hour, and let's see what's going to happen here, guys. Let's see what's going to happen here. We do have a clear level of interest. There's a breaker block here with a 6 o'clock open. Let's see if they reach back into here and see what happens. They could also come all the way back up towards this level here and take this liquidity. And that would even be more ideal for me, right? In case that happens, that would be more ideal. The reason why is if I can enter from here, I can actually put my stop here, right? Which I like more, meaning that if I'm wrong, I'm completely wrong, right? If I need to enter here and I need to put my stop around here, it's okay, but it's a bit more risky, right? It also increases the risk to reward ratio though. Yo, take note. Hope you're doing all right, bro. Welcome back. Oh, let me see. So can you give me a tip on how to get good timings on pullbacks? I keep getting them late. So yeah, I have a video, guys. I have a video. Who wants to see the video, guys? I've made a video. It's unlisted. It's not on the channel actually, right? It's a video about how I see the market and how you can get involved in like the more like better places. Let me know if you guys want to see this video, then I can actually share it with you guys. Maybe some of you guys don't really care about it, but for the ones that do care about it, I'm willing to share this with you. It's an unlisted video, so no one can actually see it. Let me actually have a look here. It's called time frame synchronization, right? Let me make a copy here. All right, so this is the video. You can check it out here, right? It's this video right here. It's time frame synchronization, right? And I'm talking about how you can do the synchronization. I'm looking at the really basic fundamentals of trading, right? We're talking about really basic fundamentals, but it's talking about what I do, right? On when I enter and why I look at 10 o'clock, why I look at 6 o'clock, why I look at 2 o'clock. And I give you the rational understanding of why I do it this way. Because a lot of people, what they fall into, and maybe some of you guys here in the chat actually fall into this as well, is that let's say the market is moving to the downside like this. People are tempted to just continue looking for shorts, right? They look for shorts, they look for shorts, they look for shorts. Well, in the overall higher trend, this might actually be the bottom wick of the day. And when I'm looking for longs, people are actually contradicting the bias, and they might be right? They might be right, I might be wrong. But if you look at it and you understand that you're always trading the daily candle, you're always trading the daily candle, you can't get rid of it. You're always trading the weekly candle. So if you have that understanding of, okay, where am I in the weekly candle? Where am I in the daily candle? What is currently happening, right? Am I below? Am I above? What is the current trend? Stuff like that. Is there any candle that doesn't have any, prices sink down for the guys that are in the short, well played. But where are you, right? This is a good example is this. People could be like myself, for example, could be looking for longs, right? And I'm longing it here with the intention that we're going to seek it higher. Well, looking back at it now, if you look at the current trading daily range, we just went back to create a pullback for what? The 6 o'clock candle, right? So we just created a high for 6, broke below 6, and now we're trading it down. So instead of then looking for the longs, the shorts were the actual play. You see what I'm saying, guys? All right, we got taken out on our gold play. Drop a W in the chat. That's nice. That's some money here. So we got taken out and we took home around 40 points with so what would this be? Let's have a look here. Yeah, so it's around the 10R. That's insane. It's insane, by the way. Good play on gold. But this is the perfect example, guys, right? If you understand where the higher time frame is going, what the higher time frame candle is telling you, you can get involved at the right pullbacks, right? Instead of trying to long it like I did right here, I would have looked for shorts. But my initial idea was for the shorts after 2 o'clock highs got taken, so I was still aware of it. But still, right? It's the whole idea behind it. You see what I'm saying, guys? So if you want to look for the video, it is in the chat right now. You can just press on the link. Let me know in the comments what you think about the video. Make sure to smash up the like on the video. It doesn't really have any influence, but if you want to do it, would be nice. And yeah, check it out. Check it out. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you think about it. All right, let's have a look here, guys. So we tried to get involved. We did not come back to 6 o'clock, which is sad to see. We might still get involved if they do want to come higher again. But for now, it doesn't seem like it wants to. It doesn't seem like it wants to. I'll just make sure finished. Finished. London low forms low of the day, then ping pong. Ping pong, I like. Let's see what happens here. If they want to actually continue this rate down, or they actually want to re-rate higher once again. It is Nasdaq, guys. It potentially will, re-rate the current high, take out the early sellers in this current hourly candle and go lower. It doesn't look like it though, right? It doesn't look like it. Seems like it wanted to go without us. Looking at it, I could not have entered here anyways. Yeah, I could have entered like this, right? But when it comes to risk to reward ratio, there, like, I can't put my stop here, right? So I had to put my stop here, and yeah, I would, yeah, okay, maybe it still would have been worth it, right? But I just didn't see it. I didn't see it. I wanted to see it come back to 6. So it is what it is. Let's see if they want to run it without us. Some of you guys are making some good money on this one, so congratulations. Congratulations if you're still in this trade. Congratulations. But let's see what's happening here. If they want to come back once again and give us a potential entry. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the toilet for a second, guys. So I'll be back in 3 minutes, right? I'm also going to get some water. I'll be back in 3 minutes. Unlucky. It is what it is, bro. It's part of the game, It's part of the game. We're all right, though. We all right. I wasn't short yesterday. Got minus 9,000 after the market was up. Oof. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry to hear that. Fortune is still in. Fortune, my G. Well played, bro. You're doing an amazing job. Make your money. Make your bankroll. Secure yourself, guys. Secure yourself. Hey, guys, before I leave the stream for my toilet break, can you guys smash up the like? We have 87 people watching, 50 likes, which is just amazing, right? Don't take it wrong, but I would appreciate that. I'll be back in a second, guys. I'll be back in a second, getting some water. I'll see you guys in a minute, all right? If anyone asks, where is this guy? Why is there no one here? You guys tell him. All right? Be back. Alright, fam, we're back in business. Back in business. I've got 1,000 left, up to 5,000 for now, and in shorts. Jeez, you're risking. You're putting a lot of size on. Hey, you guys actually smashed up the like. I really appreciate that, guys. I really appreciate that. Let me know in the chat who's still watching. Like, who's actively watching? Who's not stream hopping? That's what some people do. They stream hop from one guy to the other guy. Who is actually actively watching right now? If you are, I really appreciate you. I truly, like, all jokes aside, I do appreciate that. Make sure to let me know in the chat who's still watching. Drop like a 1 in the chat or something if you're still watching. First time here, welcome. Looks like you're using the ICT strategy. Well, yeah, I do. I do also use ICT. I use a bit of a mixture, you know. Like, I guess I've learned a lot from ICT, but I've also learned a lot from other things, right? So when it comes to Wyckoff and stuff like that, I studied it all. I looked at it all, but I ended up just making it really simple for myself. And that's using the higher time frame more often than not, you know? Looking at, okay, what is the higher time frame creation telling me? And trying to trade it this way. Hey, you guys are still here. You guys are G's. I really appreciate that, man. For everyone who's watching and for all my female traders out there. My lady, thank you for watching. What do you think? 12 lots for NES 100 with 5,000. That's massive, bro. That's massive. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's massive. That's a really big size. I'm not a financial advisor, like I said before, but I don't think that's the smart thing to do. It's not about how much money you make in one trade, right? It's about, like, as a good guy to watch is Andrea, right? Andrea Simi. He has a lot of free content out there, guys. I think there's a lot of valuable free content from the right people out there on YouTube. And he's talking about the correct ideology about trading, right? It's not about how much you make in one trade. It's about the progression of the work that you're putting in, right? We're trying to make good trades, and money is something that flows in naturally if you're making good trades, all right? So try to think of it as this way, okay? How can I make this 5,000 turn into 10,000 the most risk-free way, right? As in, okay, how can I do it? How can I make this happen? I had yeah, I had a tough time listening to ICT videos and stay awake. Yeah, I understand. Is there any way you can shorten my learning curve to the strat? Yeah, you can watch TT Trades on YouTube, bro. You can watch TT Trades on YouTube. I'll show you who he is. He actually explains a lot of the concepts. It's not like he actually, you know, gives you as far as I'm aware, he's not giving you like a complete guide on how to execute and stuff. He's also cherry picking a lot of stuff, of course, but you can learn a lot from this guy, right? Whether you need to learn all of it is the big question, but I do think you can learn a lot from this guy, right? You can learn a lot from this guy. So you can watch TT Trades. He gives a lot of free information, but then again, don't overcomplicate it for yourself, bro. Like you can also trade candle flips, right? If you just understand candle formations and you understand how a candle is being formed, and you understand from the lower to the higher time frame perspective, you can just trade candle flips, and you make sure you have a static risk to reward ratio. Because there's also this guy, someone that actually I think is fantastic. For the guys that haven't seen this video yet, it's by GG Simon. It's an interview being done on what is it again? Titans of Tomorrow, right? And this guy made 1.5 million in payouts, right? It's a guy you can actually watch. He's just a regular kid. I think he's even younger than me or the same age. Someone you can look into. He's just making really simple trades, guys. He's like not even using stop losses below high and lows. And he's making it work. But the difference is between him and me, for example, or with some other traders, he's really mathematically trading. So it means that he is putting up a lot of money to make money, right? Some people don't have that. I would say some people can't do that. Let me say it that way. Meaning that you want to make money without having money, and you have to trade differently. Then I wouldn't advise his way of trading, because he's putting a lot of money up front to make money, right? So it's cost him he sometimes spends like $80,000 in a month, and not everyone can do that, you know. As far as I can see, it's more gambling anyway. Today up 1,000, tomorrow down 1,000. After you not really got control in yourself in one day, and for sure it will be the day when it. Yeah, I see what you mean. Well, yeah, well, the thing is with trading, guys, I'm gonna just say it as it is. Trading is gambling, right? And I know some people might disagree, but if there is an uncertain outcome and you're putting a bet on it, it's gambling. It's that simple. But it's calculated gambling, meaning that there is some repeated behavior, which is never the same, by the way, but it looks the same, which means that you can make a slight edge, right? You can make a slight edge. But the problem is for most traders, and that's what a lot of people don't tell you, is they can't let the edge play out, right? They can't let it play out. So I'm just going to be honest with you. Trading is gambling, but there is an edge in trading, right? There is an edge in trading. But it is absolutely gambling. There is no denying that trading isn't gambling. And anyone that tells you that it isn't and they know what the outcome is going to be, they're lying to you. They're lying, right? It's not the same as blackjack, where there is a certain amount of cards in the deck and you can actually calculate the cards and make an edge from playing an X amount of games. It's not like that. Every single trade is an individual trade, right? That's the problem in trading. And for most people, that's the problem, is that they are like, okay, I made 5 trades, I lost 5 of them. They go mentally insane and they're trying to seek a new strategy, right? That's the problem, right? Is for a lot of people, is that they're trying to do something like that. All right, let's see what happens here. We just opened a new 15-minute candle. We did sweep a lot of liquidity here, though, but we still have some time-based liquidity to the downside. But yeah, there is definitely an edge in trading. Only Donald knows where to put the trade. Driving is also gambling. Yeah, anything, but that's the funny thing, right? Anything with an uncertain outcome to a degree is you placing a bet, right? It's a book that I read, is Thinking in Bets by Annie. And that's a really good book, guys. It's a really good book. It's not about trading, but it's good to read. It's about poker, actually. Morning, Skinny, my G. Hope you're doing all right. Bro, is there a way on how to predict the next candle, or at least just be able to get just a 100-point move? No way. All right, we just stepped into 6. We do not have a limit order set here, by the way. I'm going to see what happens here. We just stepped into 6 o'clock. That was an insane drastic tap, though. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. I did not even have a limit set. Let's look at the 1 minute and see what happens here. We just tapped back into 6, which I find interesting. We're going to wait for a minute and see what happens here. Doing well. That's nice to hear, Skinny. Our parents took us into the world with a gamble. Yeah, 100%. Anything in life is a choice, guys. You always have a choice in life. And it's really important to understand that a small continuous choices, right? So a small basis of choices that you make in your life, it will have a definite impact on what your life is going to be like. All right. So if you make the choice to eat like a bag of chips every single day on a continuous basis, you're going to gain fat. Right? You're just going to gain fat. There's no way to deny that. You're going to gain it, right? If you drink alcohol on a day-to-day basis, it's not good for you, right? So it's a small amount of choices that you make on a continuous basis define what you're going to do in life. And it's all gamble. It's all choice, right? Like you can decide to go drinking and then go driving and get into a car accident, right? It's a choice that you make. It's a gamble in that sense. This is with everything. It's also with trading. Okay, so anyone that actually entered this setup should be in profit right now. I'm not involved. I did not have my limit set. I can't enter it now. I just have to wait and see what happens here. Let's see, maybe we can invert this gap. Let's see. Doing well. That's good to hear, my friend. I'm glad to hear that you're doing well. All right, let's see. We do not have a top wick on this candle. Let's see what's going to happen. So gold came down to tap us out, and now it's moving higher again. Nasty. But that's all right. We made a really good amount of profit on that trade. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're right. It could also be the case, Skinny. All right, let's have a look here, guys. We have, oh, the news just came out. Okay, that's the reason why it waked up like that. The news just came out. Let's have a look what the news actually said. I was so intrigued into the story about the gambling situation that I completely lost it. So it's negative for the dollar. As you guys can see, it's negative news for the dollar. If the dollar starts sinking here, that means that there is a chance that we're gonna go higher on the Nasdaq. All right, so we came back into that level. Right now, is this gonna sink lower from here? If so, then this could actually be the level where Nasdaq is gonna start rising, guys. We'll have to see what happens here. I have to see what happens here. I'm gonna stay out for a minute here. I'm not gonna do anything. We have, yeah, price is clearly bullish on ES right now. Never really went down. Let's have a look here. So we got a new 20-minute coming here. Interesting. So you have a sweep to the downside. You have a breaker block being formed. They invert the fair value gap, go higher. They retest the fair value gap, respect it, and go higher, which is really interesting to me. Yeah, I'm gonna stay out for a minute here, guys. I'm gonna stay out for a minute here. I'm a bit in a contradicament because I think right now it can go both ways, and I'm also looking at the VIX. If the VIX starts sinking lower from here, and the Nasdaq or the dollar is gonna sink lower based on the news outcome, which is negative for the dollar, right? If this also starts sinking lower, that could definitely have an influence on Nasdaq here, right? Nasdaq could go rise. If this is not the case and they actually ignore everything, they ignore the news and they flip from 6 here now on DXY, then we might seek higher, right? We might seek higher. And that means that the Nasdaq actually starts sinking again, and then we can actually get involved here for the Nasdaq shorts again. All right, so we have to wait here and see what happens. We have to just wait and see what happens here. Let's have a look here. 93 people watching, by the way. Hope you guys are doing all right. For the guys that are wondering, we're trading the Nasdaq right now. I actually had a trade on gold just earlier. I closed it out. I got taken out in the trading. So yeah, as you can see here, that played out pretty nice. But right now we're just looking at the Nasdaq. Let's see what the Nasdaq is gonna do for us. We're gonna see what the Nasdaq is gonna do for us here. I'm currently in a little bit of a predicament, like I just said, because I'm looking at the VIX. I'm looking at the dollar to contradict, you know, the trade, to look at it from multiple angles, to see what's gonna happen here. If the VIX starts selling lower again, this is bullish for the Nasdaq. If the VIX actually manages to stay above and starts breaking higher, it's the opposite, of course. And we're also looking at dollar. The dollar currently is bullish, right? And if the dollar is bullish, that is a negative for NQ. It's not always heavily correlated, but there is some form of correlation here, right? So let's have a look here. Is there any way I could get your true opens indicator? You mean the intraday openings? Sure, man. No, not a problem. Wait. I'll get them. I'll get it uploaded. Give me 1 second, okay? I'll upload it in a minute for you, and then I can send over the link to you, okay? I think I might already have it, to be honest. Do I have it? Okay, let me see if I can actually upload this one. How does this work again, guys? How do I upload this to how do I upload the thingy to TradingView again? Let me know in the chat if you guys know. Let me know in the chat if you know. All right, let's see what happens here. There's no way we're not bearish today. Yeah, let's see, bro. Let's see if this is the case or not. We got 107 people watching today. Guys, this is the most we ever reached. Press a 1 in the chat, or a W, or whatever. Nice to see you guys tune in. For the guys that just tuned in, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in. It's insane. 107 people, which, man, that's crazy. That's just crazy. That's just crazy. That's just crazy. Go to scripts and set it publish, I think. All right, let me see. Some of you guys want to have access to this one. I'll see. I have no idea how to do it. Oh. Wait, maybe I can just do it like... You know what? Maybe I can share this, but I'm not sure. Might be too big. Yeah, no, that's too big. Oh, that's 42,000 numbers. Okay. Never mind. I'll try it in a minute for you, okay? I'll try it in a minute. And I've been here since day one. Yes, Note, you've been here since day one. UG, my friend. UG, my friend. Thank you. Thank you for always tuning in. For everyone who's tuning in on the regular, I appreciate you guys a lot. Make sure to smash up the like. It would be highly appreciated. And just for the guys, for a reference, I've been trading for 6 years. I'm just a regular guy. I'm not some crazy influencer, right? I'm not trying to be one. I'm just here to trade with you guys. I'm not blue blood. I'm red blood. I'm not a royal guy. I'm just, you know, a regular guy trying to make something happen in this uncertain game called trading, which is like fantastic if you ask me. I think trading is the most beautiful thing there is. I really do believe so. First time, welcome to the live stream. Hope you're doing right. Hope you're doing all right. I appreciate that, Skinny. Sure. Yeah, I think it's not that hard, to be honest. I already uploaded some scripts before. Normally it was pretty simple, to be honest, but yeah. What is your trading style? Are you an ICT man? Yeah, I do trade ICT as well. Yes, but I've learned from multiple sources. I also studied Wyckoff. But yeah, I've learned everything, to be honest. I've been looking into order flow, guys. I genuinely been looking into order flow because it might actually be something fantastic to confirm bottoms and tops in the market for our creations, right? Our candle creations. Because let's say, for example, I'm just going to give you an example while we're waiting here. Let's say you saw a massive buyers or sellers in this instance being trapped and the bottom of 6. You know how amazing that is? You know how amazing that is? We just swept liquidity here for the current 6 o'clock candle. And you see then sellers are being trapped in the market. Man, it's like an extra confluence for your, if you were looking for longs, right? It's an extra confluence. All right, let's see. So we are selling away now. We are selling away now. Let's look at the VIX. Is the VIX breaking higher? It's not breaking higher as of yet. It's been a while since I've done it. I couldn't remember. That's okay, no problem. Marco is still here. Marco, you're a G, bro. I appreciate you, man. I really appreciate you. Thank you for still tuning in. Thank you for still tuning in. All right, let's have a look here, guys. Let's have a look here. I just got notified by Mr. Gavin Dentis about my camera. When I lean in, you guys don't see me anymore. If you guys like to see me, I might have to, you know, fix that for a little bit. I think this might be better. This might be better. Yeah, this might be better. If you do something nasty on the other side of the screen, I'm gonna be mad. And I'm joking. All right, let's have a look here. Let's see what happens here. Saw you took a trade on gold. Yes, bro, we took a trade on gold. This one was insane, though. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, right? For the guys, like, I'm not a wizard, so this trade was insane. It's not something that you would normally expect to happen, right? All right, let's have a look here. So we are trading down again. We're breaking structure to the downside from this fair value gap, which is the low that put it in right here. Yeah. All right, we're gonna try and get involved here for a little sell. So I just entered the sell on the Nasdaq. My stop is above this current high, and we're gonna try and target it lower, above this high right here. They might sweep it again. So we are in a sell now on the Nasdaq based on the structure to the downside. Let's see if this actually wants to play out or not. And yeah, let's hope so. We do not have a top wick on the current 5 though, so you have to keep in mind that that's actually happening. So that's why my stop is above this high. They might want to sweep that high again. But the structure is telling me that it wants to go lower. So we're going to try and seek this entry. We have news coming in 2 minutes. Oh no, in 30 minutes from now. So in case we're still in the position by then and we need to get out, we will get out. Of course, like it's just how it is. We'll see if this wants to continue lower or not. And yeah, we're expecting the VIX to pump up higher from here. It's not moving lower, so I'm expecting this to move higher, and this means that the Nasdaq will sell off. Is it possible to get access to the order flow without paying? Not that I'm aware of, bro. Not that I'm aware of. It's level 2 data, right? So you're paying for the data initially as well. So it's a bit of a tougher spot to be in. How much is the lot size? Right now, I'm just trading 2 micros, bro. So I think for forex, if you're trading forex, it's only 0.02 or 0.2. I'm not sure. It's not a lot, at least. Let's see if we can flip this 15-minute candle. If we can move our stops to break even. We'll have to see. We got a new 15 opening up in 1 minute from now. Let's see if they actually want to move lower and give us this low on Asia. This Asia low right here, right? That would be nice. Let's see if that actually occurs. So a flip below these lows would mean break even for me personally. We'll see if this happens, guys. We'll see if this happens. We do need some push momentum here on the VIX to the upside. We do not have a top wick on this current 30-minute candle. Let's have a look what's going to happen here, guys. Let's have a look. Hopefully, if this sinks, we actually start sinking. Because if they break through, we have to go to break even. Like, I have no choice. Yeah, so, okay, we have to go to break even here. Let's see if they want to sink through or not. We do not have a top wick, so that's a bit of a tough spot to be in. But it might sink through instantly. No tops wicks are always a tough spot to be in, guys. All right, we do sink through right now, so that's nice. We're going to target just before the low. It is sinking pretty drastically here, guys. So that's nice. What a sink. Is this going to be just like the gold trade? That would be crazy. This would be crazy if this happens. Let's see if it happens, guys. Let's see if it happens. We are at break even. Make sure if you're in this position, you secure yourself. If that is, you know, if that's your choice. At least I'm secured, guys, right? I'm just telling you. I can't lose anything anymore. If they want to take me out, it could because we do not have a top wick. But I need to go to break even because of the structural break here. And I hope it's just going to continue down. But you never know. You never know with the Nasdaq, guys. You never know. If it takes me out on break even, that would be tough. That would be tough. All right, let's have a look. The hour is... We are below the hour now. So it would be nice if this just continues here. The hour actually is delivering down now. So that's nice. We tapped into 6 o'clock. The 6 o'clock entry would have been fantastic. We just didn't take it. Also because of the news. So we had a good reason not to be involved from 6. And after it actually showed us some bearish momentum, we got involved. So I think we made the right decision there. Regardless on whether or not it's going to play out. We don't know, of course. We don't know. I wish I knew. I wish I knew, but I don't. I wish I knew, but I don't. Was the gold trade from the 6 a.m. retest? Yeah, it was from the break of 6, bro. It was from the break of 6. So I took it from the break of 6. All right. So you had the bottom wick being formed, and then you had the break, and then I got involved here. All right. It seems like we got taken out on break even here for the Nasdaq trade. It is what it is. We're gonna see what happens here. We got news coming in soon in half an hour. We might just wait for that. Wait for the sweep, and then just look for the longs. What a break. Oh, are you kidding me, though? Is that actually how you're going to do me like that, bro? Look at this. Nasdaq, baby. Why you do me like this? Am I just going to continue trading gold if you do me like this? Nasdaq, baby. Look at that. It just came all the way back up and stopped us out to the tick. To the tick on break even. To the tick. All right. We're going to see, though. Yeah, that's the tough part, guys. If you do not have a bottom or a top wick on the half an hour, you just, what are you going to do? We also didn't have a top wick on this one. So we already had to put our stop above this high. And if you then have a continuous, not another top wick, they could just raid it and go all the way up, create a higher low, and you're going to get taken out. So we just have to do what price action is telling us. And we have to secure ourselves. And we secured ourselves and they came out. Tapped us out and potentially selling it off. If that's the case, that would be, that would be Nasdaq for you in a cup right here. Let's see though. Let's see. We got news coming up in half an hour. We're going to wait and see what the news is going to tell us. If there's any more potential trades coming up, we do have some money to play with right now. We are up around 400 on the day already. 400 something, I don't know precisely. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Do you see that? I think we made the right decision here. What is this type of candle? What is this type of candle? What is going on here? This is news related, I guess. I'm not sure. There is no news at 8:30, so I'm a bit confused right now. Is there anything that came out on Financial Juice? What is this? What is this? This is okay. All right. So, interesting. This is interesting. This is an interesting PA. We would have been still in, but that would have been narrow. That would have been real narrow. Trump says the meeting with Iran has gone very well and the relationships are improving. That should be bullish for the Nasdaq, actually, and bearish for oil, and that's bullish for gold. Yeah. All right, so you see that oil is actually selling off. Gold is rising. It's still stagnated a bit. But normally you would say that this is actually bullish for the Nasdaq and not bearish. We'll see. We'll see if this is the case or not. Yeah, they actually they swept the lows, yeah. They swept the lows without us. It would have been nice if we would stay in this one. It did not occur, though. Sadly, it is what it is. It is what it is. So we got taken out on break even on this one. Now we just have to see. It's a manipulation. Yeah, I do agree. I do agree. I think this is manipulation, but we have to see what happens here. Whether or not this is gonna go and flip or this is just gonna continue to the downside. We don't know. Because the thing is with human behavior, guys, is a lot of people could just be selling this now, right? And I'm talking about your big traders. People that manage funds, people that have a lot of capital, they could be selling it now, right? So if that's the case, it might just continue. We're looking for the long if this occurs, but it might not. We'll see. We must go down to go up. Yeah, that's right. That's right. But you never know where it wants to go up, right? That's the problem. It could also, because we're in the beginning of, we do not really have that bottom wick right now on the week. You see? Like we tapped it, but it's like, And we opened the new monthly candle as well. So this could just go and really seek to rebalance some of that wick for the month right now, right? So I'm just gonna stay put and just see what's gonna happen here. If this gives me a clear buying signal, I'm definitely gonna buy. Don't get me wrong. All right, let's see. So we swapped the liquidity. We're coming really close. Let's see. Let me take some of this stuff out, actually. Previous day high, current day high are still intact right now. We do have some liquidity resting above us. We took out this liquidity. We have a POI of interest for me that's down here. And price is just sinking. 1 hour. Yes. Yeah, we are in coming into a 1 hour for value gap right now. Yeah, that's tough, Forgan. That's really tough, my friend. I actually went to break even. Otherwise, if I held my stop, I would have had TP on this one. It is what it is, though. I went to break even. I made that decision because of the market itself. Like, it gave me the reason for it. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens here. I'm gonna remove some of the drawings. Just have a fresh visual. So on the daily, we are trading below. If this is actually long, there's a big chance that there's a big trade coming in. But we have to see whether or not it's going to give it to us. Yeah, Fortune. Yeah, I don't know, bro. Yeah, that. Trading is trading, my guy. You know, like, that's the problem with trading. Trading, anything can happen within an instance of a second. That's why, yeah, trading, I love trading, but sometimes I do not like trading, right? Like, it's not... Yeah, it's just how it is, sadly. Sometimes trading is fantastic, and other times trading is Yeah, a little bit less fantastic. We got 124 people watching. Guys, what what is going on? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. My name is Thomas Jacoba. I've been trading for 6 years, for the guys that are wondering. And we had a couple of setups today, 2 break-evens on Nasdaq, 1 long on gold. Make sure to smash up the like if you enjoyed the live stream, and hit the notification bell so you're always updated for when I go live, because sometimes I go live at different hours. So yeah, if you want to stay here, if you're going to come often, then hit the notification bell and smash the like. ES previous day high, NQ relative equal high, London highs. Yeah, I see you're talking about these ones, right? You're talking about this one here. Relative equal highs right here. I see what you're saying. Yeah, and you also got relative equal highs here on the 4 hour. Right there. Yeah, there is a lot of liquidity to the upside if we see the potential here. But right now, I'm not gonna buy it now, of course. I have to wait. Like, there's no reason for me to buy this. We'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen. Because let's say this day actually is intended to be bearish, and they do close below here. Then tomorrow is gonna be short day, right? And today's, yeah, we'll see. Today is the determining factor, guys. Wednesday. I like it. I like it. I like it. It might also come back here, mess around a bit, go higher, close slightly more bullish, but still bearish, or bullish. We never know. And then tomorrow is going to be the finishing move, right? So there's a lot of ways this displays. And this is all purely based on just watching the charts over and over again and looking at it from a daily perspective, and then trying to trade the daily formation on the lower time frame, guys. If you guys want to see that video, I'll drop it once more about me talking about time frame synchronization. I think it's a really, really important thing to do, time frame synchronization. Because if you're trading on the 1 minute and you're not aware of the higher time frame, some people say, yeah, but I'm scalping. Sure, but it's still important that you're getting involved at the right areas in relationship to the higher time frame. Because if you're trying to trade in the top of a 4-hour creation, there's a big chance if you're trying to long it, you're going to get stopped over and over again. But if you trade below it, and let's say the trend is bullish, so for this instance, right, the trend is bullish. We're currently trading in the bottom wick of the day. This is favorable if we get an opportunity for longs, because we understand that we're trading with the trend and we're trading below its current opening price, meaning that for the day itself, we're in discount, right? Discounted prices. Right now, we are trading below its opening price, meaning that anything since the open of the day is discounted in relationship to where we closed yesterday and where we're open today. Does that make sense, guys? Drop a W in the chat if that makes sense. Are you the same person who appears on Topstep TV and moved to Dubai? No, I'm not. I'm not. Does he look like me? I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy, bro. I'm not that guy. Would be nice though, but I don't think I would move to Dubai personally. I don't think I would move to Dubai. I'm more a guy that likes, I don't know, nature, right? I would like nature a bit more. I'm not really into that guru lifestyle, guys. I wouldn't live in Miami either, right? That's not really what I'm trying to do here. You know, I'm trying to just trade, have a good life, you know. I'm just, you know, I don't need 100 million in the bank, truly, like I'm telling you now. If I can live a good life, go out to have dinner whenever I feel like, you know, be with my loved ones, I'll be all right with that. I will be contented with that. That's my overall goal, guys. That's why I'm trading, you know. That's my overall goal. But for the guys that want to see this time synchronization video, I dropped the link in the chat. You can check it out here. It's this video. So this video gives you a complete insight on time frame synchronization, and I'll explain to you exactly, precisely on what I do and what works for me, right? So if you find it interesting, you can check it out. And yeah, maybe it helps you. It's only a 10-minute video, by the way. It's not that crazy. It's only a 10-minute video. So if you like it, make sure to check it out. And let me know in the comments what you think about it. If you guys want some more videos regarding it, then I might consider doing it for you guys, you know. Got 130 people watching, which is just insanity. Make sure to smash up the like. I would highly appreciate it, guys. I would highly appreciate it. Going to Montana with the closest neighbors 30 minutes away. Yeah, that's, well, I don't mind having neighbors. It's more as in, I don't really think they're living in a living in the middle of the desert is something that I would like to do, you know? I understand that there's a lot of wealth around you in Dubai and it might inspire you, but there's also a point as when is enough, right? How much money do you truly need to live the life that you want to live? Is the question you have to ask yourself. Because do you really want to drive that Bugatti, right? Do you want to sacrifice like hours and hours of your life to buy a $5 million car? Is the question. Or is a Ferrari that's $300,000 good enough for you? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Because do you truly need that car, right? Or do you really want it? Because there's a lot of sacrifice that you have to do for it, right? Man, if I made $5 million, then no way that I would be spending $5 million on the Bugatti. No way, right? No way. Why would I do that? $5 million, guys, you know how much money $5 million is? I would be contented with a nice car, like an Aston Martin, a nice house, you know, have my family. I would be really happy. You know what I mean? I would be really happy. And some people might say that I'm a brokey, but yeah, that's just, you know, that's would be nice for me, you know? All right, let's see. Let's see what's happening here. Make sure for the guys that are watching, and if you like the stream, make sure to smash up the like. That would be highly appreciated. That would be highly appreciated. All right, let's see what's happening here. So yeah, we just closed this 15-minute candle. It's really bearish, obviously, right? We'll have to see. We got news coming in 15 minutes from now. So the news can change everything around. And then we also have news coming in an hour from now. So there's a lot of news coming. Yeah. Make sure, you know, you stay safe if you want to get involved in this market. It's not called brokey. It depends on everyone. Just chase what makes you happy. I appreciate that. I know. I still know you. You're from Turkey. Welcome. Or you're from Morocco, actually. Was it Turkey or Morocco? I think you were from Morocco. You told me you were from Morocco, and you said that the Netherlands lost. I remember. Morocco is a country. I know. Morocco is a country. Let me see. You think up move for gold is manipulation? I don't know. Personally, I was looking for the longs on gold, and I'm looking for 401. Right? So I'm looking for 4,104. That's actually what I'm looking for on gold. So I'm still looking for way higher. I just got trailed out of my I got trailed out of my trade. So I'm looking for higher prices on gold still. Reason why, if we're looking at the higher time frame perspective, yeah, we've been selling off so drastically, but the market moves in waves, right? You can see it here. Wave up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Yeah, I can keep repeating myself, but there's a chance that it wants to go up to go down again, right? So that's why I was looking for the longs here. We were like in such a location that like if it wanted to actually break this low, then yeah, you know, then we have something else that we have to look at. But right now it actually moved higher for this amount of points, and yeah, we took it out. We got taken out by the market. So I'm still looking a little bit higher for gold personally. When it comes to the Nasdaq, for the guys that are interested, I'm looking for longs on Nas as well. I just have to wait and see if this actually is going to be provided. If not, we have to see what's going to happen during the news. Could just be that it's going to sink all the way down, guys, right? It could just it could just be the case, and we're not going to get anything anymore. We got involved here. We were involved here, but they take us out on break even, and then they're sinking, you know? It's part of the game. It's part of the game. If that managed to be like a really good trade, if I just held my stop loss, it's tough. But I had to go to break even. I had no choice. I need to follow the plan. Hey, I just found you. I'm from South Africa. My friend Brody, welcome. I hope you're doing all right. And how's South Africa? Let me know. I know a couple of people that live in South Africa. And it should be amazing, right? Are you from Cape Town? Let me know where you're from. All you need is a Toyota Camry. It will last you 50 years with the savings. You can enjoy life in other ways. If you have the urge to drive a Bugatti, just rent it for a day and drive it. William, you are a smart man. You are a smart man. I don't have the urge to drive a Bugatti though. I do have the urge to drive a Ferrari, a black on black Ferrari or an Aston Martin. But my goal is to definitely have one of those cars for sure one day in my life, right? As in buying it, not renting it, but buying it. Should be achievable though. It should be achievable. Are we looking longs? Yeah, I am looking for longs. Yes, I am looking for longs. The question is, where is it gonna happen? Is it gonna happen from down here and something like this, right? Or is it gonna happen all? Maybe I'm wrong, right? And the long bias is not correct, and price moves higher, gives us another confirmation to go lower, and then we just take the shorts and we just accept the fact that I'm wrong, right? If it gives us a higher move and actually goes down lower afterwards. South Africa is the best. I'm from Peter Maritzburg, and it's super hot in the winter. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, that's nice, bro. Yeah, does any of you guys have this as well? I have like a winter depression type thing, right? The winter's not really good for me. I don't really enjoy winters that much, but I guess it's also because of the winters that we have here in Amsterdam, right? We do not have like winter, as in you do not have like nice snow, you have mountains, skiing. You don't have that. We don't have that here. In the Netherlands, it's rain, cold weather, and people that are angry all the time, right? And so I don't really like that. I'm more like a, hot weather, beach type of guy type situation, right? That's more something that I like personally. Let's see. We must go up to go down. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. We got like 2 weeks of winter in Austin. Nice. Where are you guys from? Let me know in the chat. We got 114 people watching still, which is just insane to me. I really appreciate all of you guys. Let me know where you're from. Where on the world, where on this beautiful planet are you from? Let me know. I'm from the Netherlands. It's in Europe, close to Amsterdam. Where are you guys from? I know there's a lot of guys from the United States here. Welcome for my American brothers and sisters and family and friends. But where are you guys from? Let me know. South Korea, bro. That's insane. That's nice, bro. That's actually it's just a realization moment, right? Like, I'm gonna just say something to you guys. It's just a realization moment that 150 years ago, people would define you crazy if you said you could communicate live streaming with other people around the world, trading together. You know how crazy that is. And that right now we're doing that together, right? We're trading live, we're communicating. Everyone on the other side of the planet, we got someone from the USA, we got someone from South Korea. You know how crazy that is? I'm from Amsterdam. Come on, guys. What an amazing world we live in, right? What an amazing world we live in. India, of course. Welcome. Hey, I just found you. I'm from India. Welcome to the live stream. London, nice. London is nice as well. Wall speech incoming. Yeah, we got 8 more minutes still. Heavy news coming out, guys. So make sure if you are in any position, you are protected. You are protected. Look at this ES. Look at this insane divergence. So there's an insane divergence going on, guys. So please be secure yourself, right? Well, because if you look at ES, the ES did not take the low, right? And NQ certainly did. So there's definitely... NQ is definitely weaker at this moment. And we can see that the VIX is actually breaking out higher. So this is bearish for NQ. This is really bearish for NQ. DXY is also breaking out, even though the news was bearish. So make sure you are protected, guys, because this could sink all the way down, right? So make sure you are protected if you are in any setups. It could go both ways right now, because the VIX and the DXY rising is really bearish for NQ. But if something comes out about the DXY that turns it around, it could also mean that NQ is gonna rise, right? I'm from Melbourne. Nice. I know someone that's from Melbourne. Hope you're doing all right, bro. Welcome. I'm not in the, like, I don't have the Aussie accent yet, so I wish I had it. I think it's amazing, but I don't have the capabilities to speak Australian. I'm from Portugal, Pakistan, nice. Norway, I already knew that, but that's amazing, thank you. India, nice. Portugal, I was in Portugal a couple years ago. I was in the Azoran, guys. I was in the Azoran. I'm gonna show you. Azores, I think it's called, actually. Azores, right? Look at this, guys. Look at this. Man, amazing. Can you see this? Amazing, guys. That was amazing. I have a video of me actually standing in the middle of nowhere. Maybe I can find it. while we're waiting here for the news. That's going to be in 5 minutes. Let me see. We actually already, for the guys that just tuned in, we got a couple of new people watching. I already took a long trade today. We had 2 break-even trades on NQ. Right now we're waiting for a potential long setup or a short setup on NQ. It really depends on what happens during the news, right? But let me see. I might have a video here of me standing in the middle of the forest, in like the raining forest in the middle of the Azoren. Let me see if I can find it though. And I was there on bare feet, guys. That was crazy actually. Let me see if I can find it or not. I hope so, that I still have it. Do I still have it? That's the big question. I don't think I do. That's bad. There's no way. There's no way. Do I have it here saved? I think I have it on the other phone. Give me 1 sec. Ethiopia, welcome back. We can't see. Oh, you guys are you kidding? Oh, okay. Sorry, my apologies, guys. My apologies. So I'm looking for potential longs from this level, or I'm looking for potential shorts. If this just depends on the news. I had the other chart open again. I had the higher time frame chart open. That's my bad, guys. My apologies. From Jamaica. Oh, nice. I want to visit Jamaica one day. That's really nice, my friend. That's really nice. All right, let's have a look here. I'm trying to find a video here on my phone just for you guys, if you guys are wondering, of me standing in the middle of the rainforest like some crazy guy. Let's see if I can find it. If not, I just have to call it for what it is. Let me see. I think I can find it. Let's see, guys. Let's see. Let's have a look. Oh yeah. All right, let me actually send this over to myself so I can show you guys. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to send it over. Calm down, old man. Am I old? I'm not that old. I'm 23 years old. I'm not that old yet. I feel old though. I feel old a lot. Oh, I can't send it. All right, whatever. You guys, look at this. All right, I'm standing in the middle. Oh. I'm standing in the middle of the forest. Look at that. You see a waterfall? That's crazy, right? I don't know if you can see it. I'm standing there in the middle of the forest, and I'm like lost. I don't have a phone signal and stuff. I randomly parked my car in the middle of the road, and I just started wandering out into the forest because I knew there was a waterfall. That's what they told me, and I started finding it. That's amazing. News should send this lower. Yeah, let's see if this is the case or not. We have news coming in 3 minutes. Oh, no, not you. Oh, okay. I thought maybe you said that I'm old. That's okay, though. I feel old sometimes. I do feel old. We got 110 people watching. For the guys that really enjoy the live stream, make sure to smash up the like. That would be highly appreciated. We're looking for potentially one more setup, and if that doesn't play out, then I'm just going to call it for what it is. As we already took this long on gold, at least I took it on gold to the upside, which is insane. It was a really good setup. Hopefully we can get something else, though. We've been stopped out twice on break even. Hopefully we can get some form of a runner now. That would be nice. That would be nice. That would be nice. Wagwan. Yeah, yes, sir. Wagwan. Nice. Oh, the same. Oh, your mom is from the Netherlands. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. So your father is from Melbourne and your mom is from the Netherlands. That's on the other side of the world, though. That's crazy. How did they meet? Because like Australia is like 14 hours flight. It's like on the other side of the planet. Let's see. Let's see what's happening here. All right. Let's see. News coming out in 1 minute here, guys. Make sure to protect yourself. We also got news at 4 p.m. for me, so that's in an hour from now. That's at 10 o'clock. Make sure to protect yourself, guys. Who's still in the chat? Let me know. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're still here. Let's hopefully we can get something out of this, out of this market. And if not, and yeah, just it is what it is, you know. But let's see. Let's see. Hopefully we can get something out of it again. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no, it's really nice, bro. Azores is really nice, bro. Punta Delgada is where we went, where I went to. Punta Delgada. It's really nice. I want to go back to the Azores once again. It's an average temperature of like 17 degrees, which is amazing. Which is amazing. From Kenya, welcome. Welcome from Kenya, welcome. All right, let's see. Let me have a look here at the Volks. Okay, the VIX is breaking out drastically, guys. So as you can see here, the VIX is breaking out. We got the news coming out here. We got Walls speaking. Let's see if this actually instantly does something or not. I don't think it will instantly do something, but we'll see. Warsh is speaking right now. Is there a way for us to check this? Let me see, guys. Maybe we can watch this live together. Yes, I think we can. Federal Reserve live. All right, so this should be live here in any second here. So let's see if this actually is the case. We put this one here, and then we put. All right, just put it like this. Let's see if this guy actually starts speaking here in a minute. Let's see. He should be starting to speak here. It already says that it's scheduled for now, but I'm not sure. Dude, AI thumbnail. Yes, yes. It's me. It's me though. It is me. It is me. But I look a little bit older. But yes, it is me. It is me. It is a picture of me. AI made me more handsome, right? I said make a more handsome version of me, and it worked. He's scheduled. Wait, really? It says for me that it's supposed to be at 3. It's supposed to be at 3 for me. That's interesting. You see, 3 p.m. So it's not live yet. Okay, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. We'll stay around and see what happens. Should we short here? Should we short from here to the POI? I wouldn't. Personally, I'm not doing that. If you want to do it, that's on you. I'm not doing it. Because the problem is here is that where you're gonna put your stop, right? If you short it from here, you put your stop here, right? Yeah, you know, nah, I'm just not gonna do it personally. Or you're in the bottom of the day as well, right? So you're also in the bottom of the day. So yeah, let's see. We got a lot of people watching here, waiting for the thingy. Let me see. Maybe he's already live on another thing. Oh, he's just. There's a lot of people that are watching this live. Okay, wait. Okay, they're already watching something else. All right, we're just gonna wait. We're gonna wait and see if it actually comes up or not. So this chat always makes me laugh, guys. Sell news, fuck sell, target of sell. Like people are always like, I told you, crypto life won. Yeah, he's telling us, guys. He's telling us. All right, I find it funny. I think they're talking about gold here, about this minor move to the downside on gold. That's funny. Long's valid. Yeah, I'm not gonna take the long as of yet, personally. I'm not gonna take them as of yet. I don't have a clear bottom wick, and I need some form of closures higher for me to actually confirm this this flip here. So I'm gonna stay out for now. I will be staying out for now. Let's see. It would be nice if this actually starts. Oh, it's starting. All right, let's see. Okay, come on, guys. Top 1 futures.
Hundreds of millions of people. I am delighted to welcome to the stage Andrew Bailey, Governor of the Bank of England, Tiff Macklem, Head of the Bank of Canada, Christine Lagarde,
President Lagarde. She's the from the Europe Central Bank, guys. She is yeah. She's the president.
Will be expertly moderated by Sarah Eisen, anchor at CNBC.
Let's have a look what's gonna happen here, guys. Can you guys hear it, by the way? Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear it.
And thank you to President Lagarde and to the ECB for having me back here. It's an amazing tradition and one of the highlights of my year and my career, and way more fun than watching you guys on your respective press conferences. So this is going to be fun.
Can you guys hear it? Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear it.
Because I'm hoping we can have a good debate about divergence in policy and approaches. And maybe with that, President Lagarde, I'll kick it off with you, because you're the only one up here to have raised interest rates in response to the Middle East oil shock. Are you going to do it again? This year? No, why did you do that?
Well, we did it because we had the perfect monetary policy circumstances to do so. And, you know, when you have your inflation outlook up, your core inflation up, when you have the underlying inflation... She
was about to say, when you have infinite amount of money, and she almost spoke herself wrongly here. Did you guys hear that? Look at this.
Monetary policy...
Wait.
Well, we did it because we had the perfect monetary policy circumstances to do so. And, you know, when you have your inflation...
She wants to say infinite amounts of money. When you can print whatever you feel like printing.
I've said that publicly. If I have one regret, it's to have felt
look at this.
Bound and compelled by forward guidance.
She almost misspoke, guys. She almost misspoke. When you have infinite amount of money, you can do whatever you feel like. Oh, that's funny. All right, let's have a look here. It's yeah, I'm still not looking for the shorts here. The VIX is for the longs. The VIX is pushing drastically right now.
To a particular decision, appreciate what we take into account, what intellectual process we go through, what indicates...
There might be a short here.
So that, of course, they have to do a little bit more.
But it depends on how they close this.
It's not forward guidance blindly, and you just assume that it's going to be...
And I'm looking at the VIX here to compare it against, guys. So I'm not just making this decision based on nothing. The VIX is closing way higher, and it's actually rising drastically right now. A level of interest would be here for the VIX, if they come back here.
Attentive to. And that includes, you know, if I go through what we did on the 11th of June, we looked at the inflation outlook, taking into account all the latest economic and financial data, with risks part of our assessment as well. And that's, you know, recent development, as you know. We looked at underlying inflation, various set of indicators, and we looked at the transmission of monetary policy. So it's taking all that into account in the context of a supply shock that led us to the decision that we made.
Speaking of not liking forward guidance, which is going to make this job so much harder for me, this panel, Chairman Warsh, we have inflation in the U.S. that is higher.
Yeah, okay, I just want to wait for the other guy to speak. All right, we're going to wait for a bit and see what happens here. We are moving drastically higher when it comes to dollar right now. I think that's also the reason why NQ is continuing to sink lower. We also see a continuous push on the VIX to the upside. Nothing is definite though, guys. You have to keep that in mind. Nothing is definite. It could also be that this is going to be the long. But right now I'm just looking at what I'm seeing, and it doesn't look like it wants to go higher at the moment. It doesn't look like it at the moment. Yeah. Still waiting for the closure here. If we are respecting, of course, this level here. So if we are respecting this and start driving higher and re-break higher, you do have a continuation break higher, right? So then it might actually reverse and go the other way. Oh, he's
breaking news on a series of these things. And we get into that room and shut the door, we're going to have a good debate. But I don't have much more for you than that.
Okay, we'll get back to that. I have more questions for you. Governor Bailey, you did not raise interest rates, even though your inflation is above target, but there are members of your committee that want to raise interest rates. So why are you holding back?
Okay, let's see what happens here. Yeah, we are just insanely pushing through right now on the VIX. All right, I'm putting a sell limit here. I'm tagged in using the previous 5 of my stop. If they break through this level, I'm gonna go to break even, looking for an instantaneous move to the downside, basically. Price on the VIX is actually flipping bullish. Let's see if this wants to continue. We do need to break lower, though. If this doesn't happen, then yeah, it is what it is. Let's see. The VIX is moving higher. Are we going to continue or not? Nope. Let's have a look here, guys. I'm closely monitoring the other assets here. Yeah, we also have this bullishness on ES right now. Let's see. We have a rising dollar. Needs to start falling now. All right, yeah, okay. Putting our stop to break even on this one. We tap the level. If they flip it again, then yeah, it is what it is. It's a bit of a tough spot to be in because, yeah, okay, another break even here. It's a bit of a tough spot to be in because if you look at the VIX actually broke higher and we're not aligning, right? So we're stagnating here. And when it comes to DXY also broke higher and NQ is not doing it. This means there's two ways, right? It either is waiting for the news that's coming out or it's actually holding it up because it actually wants to go higher, right? If that's the case, that's not a problem. But I don't want to be involved, of course, if it wants to go higher. Because if you're looking at NQ, like ES is actually looking to short it down here. Like I'm looking at it right now, it does look like it. But yeah, it's a bit of a tough spot to be in. It's like a situation that I'm like, do I want to get involved? Yes. Do I not want to get involved? No, because we're in the bottom of the day, right? So if I get involved here, trying to short it here, it's a bit of a risky setup. So I have to either go to break even fast when they try to break this level, or yeah, I accept the risk that I put on, which in this instance I do not, right? I don't really approve of the risk that I put on this trade because of the location that we're currently in. So I have to adjust myself accordingly. And especially when everything like this is breaking out, the VIX, the DXY, everything is actually correlating in the sense that Nasdaq should be sinking lower, which is not happening right now. So yeah, I can't not protect myself. So we have to wait for a bit here again.
Need in our country. So yeah, you're going to see some differences. In Canada,
Like the UK, the economy's soft. Economy's growing, but it's been
Let's
weak.
see.
There's excess supply. The labor market, there's some slack in the labor market. But yes, inflation is clearly
They're
above
holding
the
it up
target,
for sure,
3.2% in
right?
May.
They're not
That's
selling
a
it
dilemma
off.
for monetary policy. You know, if we
All right, I'm gonna go to the toilet real fast. I'll be back in a second. If I come back and it's synced all the way down, then yeah, it is what it is. I'll be back in a sec. Price hasn't moved a single dime since I'm gone. Have a good one. I have to go to work. All right, Skinny. Good for you, bro. Speak to you in a bit, bro. Speak to you in a bit. All right, let's see what happens here. So, yeah. Let's see.
And also as a consequential a time to be a central banker that I can think of at any point, maybe outside of a crisis in my adult lifetime.
President Lagarde, how do you...
Can I pick up on a point that my friend Kevin made? It's the speed at which
Actually
things
got
change,
some,
and that is
some fly,
clearly
guys.
accelerated by
Some
AI.
fly.
And I think in that context,
got
we have
something to eat.
to be open to
Who's
new
still watching, by the way?
measurements,
We
new
still
ways
got
of
90
thinking,
people watching, which is
new-
actually crazy to me. Who's still watching? Let me know in the chat. Drop a W in the chat if you're still
I
here.
think in that context, the use
We're
of
still gonna look
scenarios,
for a
instance,
potential
that
long
we
now.
have now really
Looking at what's forming.
nailed down with milder, severe, and adverse scenario to make sure that our decisions, are solid and robust across scenarios.
Yeah, that's
the
funny.
fact that we're incorporating risk.
Van
into
Houten's
our
still here.
assessment of
Nice to see you,
inflation.
bros. Nice to see you
And
still
I think
here.
risks, by the way, that we have to
We
the
do have
upside
New York
on
session coming in
inflation
10
and to
minutes.
the downside of growth are probably more broadly balanced than they were a few weeks
New York
ago
session
as a result
open.
of what we're seeing, which happens at speed. If you look at how fast the price of oil
Bottom
spot
ticked it
price,
again.
granted,
Nice, bro.
has moved
Congratulations.
down
Well
from
done.
$72 a barrel now, when it was 120 back in March. These are changes that are just so accelerated that we have to be prepared to measure differently and more accurately using AI, for instance.
How do you make sure Europe doesn't get left behind on AI?
Using AI, for instance,
I know it's not necessarily
about
the
calculating the
banker,
differences.
It's a central bank governor's question in a
but I
way.
know you
But
probably have
in
thoughts.
oil.
no, I'll tell you something.
Interesting.
One, I think that we have to consider that as a transformational technology breakthrough
Interesting.
and diffusion and material technology. It needs to be analyzed from our perspective, both in terms of how much capex is going in that particular domain, what impact it will have, how fast will it develop, how will it diffuse, how will we reorganize the way in which we conduct work, including at our central banks, by the way.
Oh, the new Zelda game is coming out. That's crazy. I used to play this back in the day, guys. You guys remember Ocarina of Time? That's crazy.
We need to,
That's crazy.
of course, from
That's
our
crazy.
perspective as central bankers, we need to measure the disinflationary, inflationary impact it will have over the course of time. And it might be disinflationary first and inflationary second, or probably more so the other way around. But it all needs to take into account. Now, I take your point about Europe lagging behind in terms
let's see what
of
happens here.
investment and the frontier companies that are leading the game at the moment. But I think that we are all sort of hostage to each other, if I may say, because we need those frontier companies, but they need the market. When you represent 25% of the revenues of many of those hyperscalers, we need each other. We are in this game together. At which end of the spectrum, at which set of the supply chain to be determined, and there will be healthy competition, I'm
We
sure.
are in this
But we
game together, is
depend
what
on
she
each other.
says.
You can't dispense.
No, we're in your game, but that's okay. All right, let's have a look here. Yeah, it's just consolidating, guys. So we have to just wait. We have no choice. We can't get involved at the moment. This could still go lower. That's what I'm trying to say here, right? It could go higher, but it could still go lower. I need to really see some structural move happening. I would like to actually see something like this. All right, sweep the lows once again and then go higher. These people are full. Yeah, bro. But that's what they do, right? You can't sit here unless you're not a good politician, right? So you could be the best banker in the world, or you could be the best economist in the world. But if you don't know how to convince people or persuade people into believing something, you're not going to sit on this board. So you need to be. These people know precisely what to say and how to say it, and give the people the feeling of understanding, right? That people are understood and stuff like that. That's what they do. That's what they do. Even though a lot of people don't even watch it. They have no idea that this is going on. The everyday individual. Like, I wasn't aware of this stuff until I started trading, right? So I wasn't aware of this stuff until I started trading. So, oh. Let's have a look what's gonna happen here, guys. We just made an insane move to the upside, but the volume definitely died down, right? So we have to just patiently wait and see what's gonna happen. And hopefully we can see the long continuation playing out. If this is not the case, then we potentially can see the short continuation play out. Either way, we have to see what happens, because right now we are creating a top again on the VIX. But the VIX, yeah, it's a bit of a mixed situation for me personally. If we're looking at the higher time frame perspective for the dollar, for example, we can see that the dollar is still breaking higher, right? We're still breaking out. We are forming a current, like a really clear structural shift now to the downside, as it's just selling off drastically. Whether this is gonna go for the gap down here is the big question, right? If this happens, that would be fantastic. If they come back to this gap, that means that, for example, the NQ is really bullish for NQ. And if we're gonna fill this gap in to the downside, or we're gonna rebalance this candle to the downside on the VIX, that would also be really bullish for NQ. I don't know what, yeah, but that's the thing, bro. It's a hard market today, right? So you don't have to put any capital on. Not trading is also trading, right? That you have to remind yourself. You don't have to always trade. That's why I'm not trying to force anything myself either, right? I'm not trying to force anything. Gold played out drastically. Look at gold, actually. Look at gold, man. Gold even could have continued. Look at that. Gold would have. Nah, gold is probably going for this high. What a shot at gold, man. What an insane move. What is ES actually doing now? I'm gonna quit watching that stuff. I'm just gonna put this back at where it was. Let's have a look at what ES is doing. ES is also rising insanely hard right now. NQ is just doing NQ things. NQ is not doing it, guys. Which I find interesting. Which I find really interesting why it's not doing it. I don't understand. It's dangerous, though. It's a dangerous market, guys. Who is still watching, by the way? Let me know in the chat. We still have 74 people watching, which is... It's just insane to me, okay? We have 74 people watching. I just started live streaming. You guys are all legends if you're still here. I really appreciate it. I mean, we have 88 likes. Yeah, I don't know what to say, guys. I really appreciate every single one of you. Thank you. Thank you very much for tuning into the live streaming and being here continuously. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you. All right, look at this. So we're going down again. Yeah, NQ is doing its NQ things. Yeah, gold is just continuing to rise. Yeah, interesting. You could have just taken another 3-hour flip here on gold and made, again, a lot of money probably. Look at that. It's insane. That's insane. All right, let's see what happens here. Interesting. DXY is selling off, but NQ also selling off. Yeah, because we're rising on the VIX right now. Interesting. This is interesting, guys. Interesting market to look at right now. Let's see. Who's still in any positions right now? Let me know in the chat if you guys are in any positions whatsoever. Let me know in the chat if you guys are looking at anything whatsoever. I would like to know where you guys are, if you guys are in any positions or not. Let me know in the chat if you guys are in any positions. How do I get into the Discord? I don't have a Discord community, my friend. I don't have one. I do not have a Discord community. I'm waiting for the sweep of liquidity and then lows and going up. I see what you're saying. No, I don't have a Discord community, my friend. I do not have one. I will in the future probably create one for sure, right? So in the future I'll probably create one, and then we can maybe make a community together with the fam. But I don't know. I don't have a Discord community as of yet. I do not have a Discord community. If you want to stay in touch with me, by the way, for the guys that are still watching actively, if you want to stay in touch with me, and I will be using Instagram soon, you can follow me on Instagram. It's the same handle as what I have here on YouTube. It's Thomas Jacoba. All right, you can follow me on Instagram. Once I become more active on socials, I will definitely post you guys there. And if I do any like giveaways, I'll do them on Instagram for sure. All right, look at this. I'm really glad that we did not try to get involved already. We're gonna see what happens here now. Whether or not this is actually gonna flip around or not, or this is just gonna continue sinking lower. We have the open in 2 minutes. Let's see what the open does. Make sure you stay safe, guys. 2 minutes for the open. Don't make any irrational decisions. This could go all the way down, right? It could go all the way down and just sink it all the way. Just make sure you are protected if you are getting involved. If you are getting involved, make sure you are protected. Yeah, we also got news, of course, in half an hour from now, which is also something to remember. Which is also something to remember is that we do have news from in half an hour from now. Let's see. How long have we been live already, guys? We've been live for 3 hours already. That's a long time. That's a long time. It's good though. I'm enjoying it. Do you guys enjoy it? Let me know in the chat. If you guys enjoy it, smash up the likes. Press the W in the chat if you actually enjoy the live streams. If you enjoy it. If you learn something from it, maybe you do. Maybe you don't. I don't know. All right, we got the open in 5 seconds. Let's see what happens here. So here you go. That's the New York session open. Let's see what happens here. All right. Nothing major, to be honest. It is moving. 60 points in one candle. Jeez. Is this going to be the drive continuation to the downside? Yeah, you see, this is the reason why I didn't long it. It's easy to say afterwards, of course, but yeah. In relationship to the DXY, even though it now started sinking heavily to the downside, but in relationship to the DXY, in relationship to the VIX breaking out like that, that's a good reason for not longing it yet at that level. But there might be longs coming in now if we get the breaker block formation here. The question is, where do we put our stop loss, right? That's the big question here. You can put it below 930, which is a bit of a big one. Gonna put on 1. I need to have a bit more of a visual here. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, let's see. I need to see a bit more here. Let's see what happens here. So we're instantly selling it off once again. Let's see what happens here. All right, DXY is selling drastically. NQ is also falling. ES is falling. Gold is rising. That gold trade would have hit now, right? If we did not get trailed out, we would have hit the full gold trade, which is insane. We are rising again on the VIX is actually selling off slowly but steadily, but not insane as of yet. What's the dollar gonna do here? Is the dollar gonna keep sinking? You would assume that the Nasdaq is gonna rise, but it doesn't seem like it's happening right now, guys. The VIX is overly pushing higher. So yeah. We just swept previous day high. Oh no, this is the current day high. I'm lying. We just swept current day high on the 12-hour candle. We just swept it. It could be a turning point for price to reverse down, meaning that NQ might start rising here. But at the moment, it's not doing it, guys. It's not rising as whatsoever. So make sure that if you are looking for longs, you keep yourself protected, yeah? Don't just randomly enter a long position, because this could go all the way down, right? It could go all the way down, like genuinely speaking. Because it's not correlating right now in a good way. Like, look at the VIX. You guys see this? Let me know in the chat. Do you see what's happening to the VIX? and you see what's happening to the MNQ. This is the correlation, right? If MNQ is sinking like this and the VIX is rising, there's a big chance it's just gonna continue. Look at this. Whoa, guys, that's insane. Look at that move. Look at that move, guys, all the way down. All the way down. That 8:30 play that we had was really nice. It would have been really nice. It would have been really nice. It is what it is, though. Yeah, look at this. Almost 100% of the Nasdaq 100's gain in the first half of 2026 came from just 10 stocks alone. Man, that's crazy. It's the Magnificent 7, guys. Right? It's a dangerous game we're in right now. It's a dangerous world right now. I have to be really careful. All right, let's see. The ES is still sinking lower. Oh, it's falling like drastically, guys. Yeah. Dollar's also sinking. Yeah, gold is just rising like a maniac. The bonds are falling. The yields are rising. We're almost back at 5% on the 30-year yield, which is just insane. This is really bad for the Nasdaq. Just in general, this is not good, right? All right, let's see. All right, guys. I think looking at this market, that this is not gonna reverse on us here. This is just a short continuation play. The question is, how do we get involved, right? That's the big question here. I personally don't think there's any way to get involved in this market right now. We'll see what happens. We just came back into a level of interest for me on the VIX. You can see it here, right? Just came back into this level of interest, to this POI. So maybe something can happen from here, that we can look for a potential reversal play. But if this is not the case, then we also have a fair value gap resting above for the daily time frame, where price could come into and then it actually reverses. If it continues this high, then yeah, it's just tough, you know. Really tough to get involved on this one. Really tough. All right, let's see. Let's see what happens here, guys. I can't get involved on this one now. Like, there's no reason for me to be involved here. Let's see. We are respecting that POI on the VIX, which I find interesting. If we get another sweep to the downside and then a break above, then I can potentially get involved here. So this means that they sweep again, then re-break this high, then I might be in a position to get involved for a potential long. So they have to retake this low, break above, structural break, and then we can seek to potentially go higher here. If this doesn't occur, then yeah, can't do anything. Anyone in the short? No, bro. No, sadly I'm not. Sadly I'm not. I had a short position up here, but I got stopped out on break even. I had to go to break even. It went crazy afterwards, but I was short here. I tried to long it here for the continuation play above 2, but it didn't happen. Will the short work out? Good question. Good question. It could. You know, it could also go up. It could also go up. It can go both ways, my friend, in that instance, right? Right now, I'm a bit skeptic, personally. I think the short seem definite, but it might actually go the other way. You never know. If we're looking at the dollar, if we're looking at the Volks, they are both sinking. So now they're sinking. So you would assume that it actually wants to go higher, but it's not happening. Which is not happening. Let's have a look here. We still got 60 people watching, 92 likes. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. We did not take the lows again. So I can't take this position. Let's see if they want to take it lower, then break it higher. Hey, Stove, yeah, bro. This is a really tough one. Looking at the other pairs, right? Looking at the VIX, looking at the dollar, I was anticipating this to continue to sell off, which it did. But now it's the question, okay, what's going to happen, right? We just tapped into this POI on the VIX. So it's selling off. You can instantly see that the Nasdaq is holding itself up a bit. But is this going to be the determinant factor, right? Is this going to be the reason why we're going to sell off now? Is the big question I got myself into. Because we swept previous day high. We tapped into this level. We sold off beforehand from here. Like, it's pretty clear there's a lot of selling pressure. Is this going to be the one that's going to decide whether or not the Nasdaq is going to flip again? That's the big question, because it's a bit of a tough spot. It could also just continue and break below here, and then for tomorrow it's going to be sell, so whatever, right? It's a bit of a tough spot to be in, guys. We do have some reaction here also in ES. We just took the low that made the SMT, so the SMT is gone, as you guys can see. We do have a structural break now, but I can't. Yeah, I need to see like a breaker formation for me to enter this trade the best way possible, right? Otherwise, I can't enter this. Yeah, no, I agree. It could definitely be a higher time frame continuation play higher now. I do need to see some form of sweep like this, then break above, and then I can enter the trade. So right now I'm just have to wait. I'm waiting right now. And then the first thing we would target in this instance is New York session open for me. I would trade it back towards it, and then I would see if it can actually continue higher. Because right now, for the guys that don't understand, New York session just opened up. This for the New York session is like its own original daily candle, right? If you go to the regular trading hours, you can see that anything in between is non-traded price action, basically, right? So right now we're trying to see, okay, what's going to happen? Are we going to trade back above it? If so, we're delivering higher for the New York session. If that's the case, we're going to try and seek for the continuation higher, right? And we're going to try and get involved here. But I would like to see some form of manipulation again. So it's actual, then it actually confirms me the fact that they want to go higher. Because this could just be a pullback to go back to 930 and sell off lower. So I just have to wait personally, guys. I can't just randomly enter now. I wish I could, but I just can't. We'll see if we come back again, and let's say it does this, right? Let's say it does this, and then we break. Then we also have a confirmation that trend wants to go higher, right? So we're just looking for a second structure break to confirm the switch over. We're just waiting for a second structure break. That's simple. The VIX is selling off drastically though. Like now we do have a good confirmation on the VIX. As you guys can see here, the VIX is selling off insanely hard. And DXY as well, right? So DXY and the VIX are selling off. But the only problem that I have is that the Nasdaq isn't following up, right? It's not following up. Gold is insane, by the way. We came all the way back to my original target. You see that, guys? You remember what I said in the beginning of the stream? I'm looking for the weekly open. Well, we just tapped it. That's insane, by the way. That's just insane. Yeah, that's insane. All right. Yeah, well, for anyone that actually was in this trade, well played. Good job. Well done. Let's have a look here. Let's see if we can get another one on Nasdaq here. But we do have to really be. I have to assure you guys, like, you have to be really careful, because right now, if the DXY actually decides to take this gap, right, and it takes it out without actually any confirmation whatsoever on NQ, this means that they are holding price down and could just start flipping lower again and start selling, because once they fill this in and they start moving higher, it could be correlating in the way that it's negative for the DXY for NQ, and it's ignoring all the positive correlations. You see what I'm saying, guys? Let me know in the chat if you understand what I mean. Drop a 1 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying here. But it's something to be aware of the fact that we're moving down heavily right now, but it's not responding on NQ whatsoever, right? So you have to be careful of that, guys. You have to be careful of that. Let's see. We are trading below the session low right now for the VIX. I'm losing my voice again. I'm losing my voice. We're back in action. We're back in action. Let's have a look here, though. So we're trading below again on the VIX. We are trading into the gap now on the DXY. The gold is just insane. Gold is just insane. Let's have a look here. All right, so we are trading higher. Is this going to be another break higher or not? Seems like this might be it. Let's see how they close it here, guys. We got a new 15 that just opened up, which is a bit of a tough spot. Yeah, let's see how they close this. Otherwise, this might be the trade here. Like that. All right, let's see. Yeah, all right. So if they come back, I'll give it a crack here for the longs. I'll give it a crack here on the longs with the stop below here. Just one contract actually. Oh, okay, we're in with 2. Let's have a look. So we're in the longs here right now. All right, TP is going to be above this high. We do have to sell off 1. Because I don't... All right, so we're selling off 1. If this continues to move higher, we can already go to break even, but we need to see some continuation push. If we come into the New York session open, I will definitely go to break even. Let's see what the VIX is doing. All right, the VIX is flipping. I need to go to break even. The reason why I go to break even here, guys, because the VIX is flipping again. I need to see the VIX staying below New York session open and actually start driving towards the daily open here. This is the problem when you get involved and the VIX is already doing the move, but the Nasdaq isn't really following up. But let's hope they actually continue this move now. If they do, then we're in the right set here, and then we can target this high above for the flip basically, right? Back to this big insane candle, you could say. We'll see if this happens or not, because if this flips again on the VIX, yeah, I'm more than gonna say that this is gonna go the other way, right? Let's see, because the DXY is also rising. which is not really good for us, but we'll see if this actually holds up or not. All right, let's see. Hopefully this one actually starts running. If not, then yeah, I'm just gonna call it for what it is, personally. Then the Nasdaq isn't it for me today. Then gold was the overall setup. Let's see if it wants to run. Let's see what the VIX is doing. The VIX is selling though, so it's not really doing what it's supposed to do. Can we survive? I don't think so, no. Let's have a look here. All right, so we got another break-even one. Dang it. Let's see if it now wants to flip or not. Let's have a look on the VIX. No. Nah. Let's have a look here. No, it's not looking too bright, guys. I gotta be honest with you. It seems like this might be a continuation play short to the downside. If not, then yeah, it is what it is. But I'm a bit in the mixed predicament here. I gotta be honest with you. What are you guys looking for? Is any of you guys in this long? Did you guys catch it? I got taken out on break even after this retest. Maybe I went to break even a little bit too soon. I could have waited for 9:30 open. But it's mostly because I'm just looking at the VIX, right? So this is the way on how I trade. I compare both assets. And right now it's not looking favorable. As in the pullback is so drastic already on the VIX. And the Nasdaq isn't nowhere near, right? As in this whole move to the downside should have caused Nasdaq already to move all the way up. If this actually wants to continue higher, right? Have faith. Yeah, I always have faith. I always have faith. But we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Let's have a look. So let's see. We just stepped into the new session open, if I'm correct. No, not yet. Almost. Look at the 15. We are good. Yeah, I'm no longer in, bro. I'm no longer in. I'm glad you're still in. That's nice. That's nice. All right, let's have a look here. Got a new hourly opening up. The 10 o'clock cycle is coming in here, guys. 10 o'clock could definitely do this for us. I'm still in. Didn't want to move to break even that quick. Yeah, you made the right decision, bro. You made the right decision. I moved it to break even because I was looking at the VIX. And the VIX was giving me like contemplation beliefs, right? It was making me like, maybe wants to go the other way. But it's definitely looking good at the moment. So if you're still in, well played. I only took one contract off. Not because I wanted to take profit, because I wanted to get one off. I was risking too much. Let's have a look here, guys. So we just came back into the new session open. Are we going to stay above and buy up and break out higher? Or we're going to go and stay below? Let's see what happens here. Let's have a look here. The dollar's rising drastically right now, as you guys can see. ES is definitely pumping, that's for sure. We're pumping through the roof right now. NQ is still not following up here. Are we trading the wrong asset today is the question. We came all the way back to the New York session open. It starts sinking here again, look at that. We got 5 minutes. I'm gonna stay here until 10. I'm gonna see how it looks at 10. If this gives me any like feeling of confirmation, I'm gonna stay around. Otherwise, I'm just gonna call it for today. We already made a really good trade on gold. We had 3 break-evens on Nasdaq today, which is all right. It's just part of the game. I'd rather get stopped out on break-even than lose. For the guys that are still in this position, I hope for you that plays out, right? Just make sure to manage your risk. If you're still in that position, you know, like manage your risk accordingly. What are you looking for, Stove? You looking for shorts? You looking for longs? Let me know in the chat, bro. Let me know if you're still here. I can explain the gold long for sure, yeah. So the gold long was something I talked about yesterday. The idea was as follows. You had the sweep of liquidity into a major POI. This POI is something on the higher time frame, right? So you had a daily POI right here. You see that? The last bearish candle before the up move in this instance right here. And you swept liquidity into the POI, which made it for me really interesting zone to look for longs, right? And then yesterday I was actually looking for it already to short it from, or to long it from the POI, but it actually came back into it today. And we went to the extreme last candle, and that one actually pushed way higher. We had a closure on the hourly right here, as you can see above all these. So we actually had a structure break in that instance. And then the new 3 hour opened up. That's a 6 o'clock candle. And for 6 for me is like one of the major moves within the day that either seeks to continue its original trend to seek and then reverse. So to seek highs, what it's doing now. And yeah, I got involved there on the flip, personally. So I don't know if that makes sense to you, but that was the reasoning. That was the reasoning. Look at this, guys. It's not really doing anything. All right, we got 3 more minutes until the new 4 hour. If you think about it from a logical perspective, you would say that this is a potential long setup. But I gotta be honest with you, I'm a bit... doesn't seem like, for now, it doesn't really seem like it to me that it wants to long. It needs to really break higher for me to do that. Because of course, we were involved here, right? Got taken out break even, my own choice, whatever, it is what it is. But it's not really convincing me by staying around this open like this. It's a bit of a... And we also got news, of course, in 4 minutes. So we have to remind ourselves of that. The news might actually just push it all the way higher, right? I might be completely... it might just, out of nowhere, just shoots all the way up. That might also happen. So, yeah. All right, let's see what happens here. All right, let's see. Yeah, let's see what happens here, guys. We got news in 2 minutes. After that, we're gonna see if there's any setup potentially, and otherwise I'm gonna call it for today. I've been live for 4 hours already, almost 3.5 hours. So it's a long time. Who is still watching? We got still 53 people watching, as far as I'm aware. If you guys are still here, let me know in the chat. I really truly appreciate you guys. I really, truly appreciate you guys. If you're still hanging around, I really appreciate that. Thank you a lot. Thank you a lot. Even when we are just, you know, taking break even after break even, I appreciate it a lot, you know. All part of the game, guys. It's trading, you know. Trading, what a beautiful sport it is. Great live stream. I appreciate that, man. I truly appreciate that. You know, I'm doing the best I can, you know. That's all I can say. Doing the best I can. All right, let's have a look here. All right, news is going to be there in 1 minute. This could be some major news here, so make sure, you know, you protect yourself at all costs. It's the PMI, guys. It's the PMI. Let's see whether it's going to be good or bad for the currency here. We can already see that it's rising up pretty drastically now, just before the news. We can see the volume increasing. Let's see what happens here. 9, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. News. Oh, it's not even that major, it seems. It's still pending. So it's negative. It's negative for the dollar, guys. It's all negative for the dollar. As you can see, the dollar is sinking. This means gold's probably going to keep rising again. Negative for the dollar. What's the VIX doing? The VIX is reacting positively to it. Which is quite interesting. Yeah, if the VIX starts selling again, this means that there's a potential buying happening here. Let's see. Let's see whether or not this is going to happen. We are in this 5-minute breaker right now. Let's see. Maybe something like this. And then we can take the long. We'll see if this is the case or not. If you look at the VIX now, the VIX is looking favorable for the sells. As you can see, we do not have a bottom wick. It's sold all the way off. Flip the daily candle. So if this wants to continue lower, I would definitely get involved here. Now, I would definitely get involved here for the long. The question is because the DXY is also bearish. It's bearish news at least, right? So that's also good for us. Let's see though whether or not this wants to continue down, and we are looking for the longs here. What about Nasdaq? This is the Nasdaq. So when I talk about the VIX is a negative correlation to the Nasdaq. As in, whatever happens to the VIX, the opposite way would be happening to the Nasdaq in this instance. Most of the time, whenever they're correlated. I look at correlations. That's how I look at it. So right now, I would like to see the Nasdaq go higher if the VIX actually starts selling off lower. But if it doesn't, then it's of course the other way around, right? Really, really good closure actually on the ES. Let's have a look here, though. Let's have a look. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, let's see. Let's see if this one wants to actually go lower, higher, left, right. Let's have a look. We are selling off on the VIX. Like, we are selling off, but the Nasdaq is just not doing it at the moment. Which is interesting. Let's see what happens if they touch back into the New York Open. If they actually want to go higher from here or not. Maybe they will do it beforehand. Need to see some form of push continuation. This is the open right here. So we just step back into 10 o'clock open. Got a new 5 coming in. 30 seconds from now. Dollar is moving lower. The VIX is holding itself up pretty drastically though. Look at this. Just put a bottom wick on and it's not selling lower. All right, gonna be back in a couple of minutes here. We need to wait for to see what happens with this current 5 minute. I'll be back in a couple of minutes, guys. I need to get something downstairs. All right, nice. Let's have a look here, guys. Waiting for this 5 minute closure. This might already be enough. Let's have a look here. The idea would be to trade it back up, of course. Question is how far. I have my targets based on the VIX. Who's still watching? We still got 40 few people watching. Who's still watching? Let me know in the chat. We got our target based here on the lows for the VIX. So we have a pretty good target in mind if this wants to actually start selling off for the VIX and then go up for the Nasdaq. Who is still watching in the chat? Let me know. Let me know who's still watching. Hope you guys are still alive and breathing. Nice. You guys are still here. You guys are insane. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. All right, we got a 5-minute closure in 60 seconds here. We just swept the highs. What's ES doing? ES looks like it's way better than NQ at the moment. Still alive. Nice. Still alive, but I'm barely breathing. All right, let's see. So we got 30 seconds until the closure here. The VIX is actually moving way higher again, which is not good. Yeah, I have to wait again. It's a lot of waiting today. Are we looking to go short? At the moment, I'm looking to go long, but it might be the short. The thing is, I'm looking at the VIX, right? So the VIX, as you guys can see, the VIX is currently closing above 10. So it's not doing what it's supposed to do in relationship to the Nasdaq. So I'm right now I'm looking for longs, but it's a bit of a dangerous situation to be in. Because this might just be a continuation flip lower. If we want to stay above on the VIX and we're gonna go higher, then I have to look for the shorts instead of the longs. The XY is selling off though. But I feel like I've been trading the wrong asset today. If I look at the, I mean look at ES, right? I feel like I've been trading the wrong asset today. Because ES is just moving like a crazy maniac and NQ is not doing it. NQ is not following through. At least we had that gold trade, right? So I traded gold today to the upside, which was really nice. But yeah. Watching and trading. Thanks for your stream. Thanks, my friend. I appreciate that a lot. I really, really do appreciate that. Let's have a look here, guys. The VIX, yeah, the VIX is the volatility index. So you can see here, you can actually use this yourself if you want to. You type in Volks, right? And you have the FXCM, right? And this one is a anti-correlation to the Nasdaq. So you can see often when one side is going higher, right? Oh, I can't. Let me see. When one side is going higher, I'm going to show you, right? If one is going higher, the other one is rising or falling, right? So let's say we look at the 15 to the 15. You can see right now that the VIX is falling and the Nasdaq is rising, right? So they're anti-correlation from one another. And when you have POIs in both areas, it really increases the succession rate of your trades. At least for me, right? It might not do it for other people, but for me, it works really good. So it gets me out of trades and it keeps me inside trades, right? So it does both things for me. Sometimes it makes you not take any position at all, which is of course a bad thing. But yeah, that's just part of trading, you know? Can't make it any better than that, to be honest. So that's the VIX. That's what we call the volatility index. And of course, you also have the DXY, and the DXY is the dollar, right? So the DXY right here, that's the dollar. And the dollar, of course, if the dollar is going down, this is an instance is good for the market. The gold is just insanely rising, like it's just mad. Let's see though. See that? We're selling off again on the NQ here. Yeah, let's have a look what happens here, guys. Because this is a drastic sell-off. If I'm looking at VIX now, you can see that we're rising. You see that? So we couldn't close below 10. The VIX is actually rising higher. Is it going to come back all the way to New York session open, right? That's the big question I have now. If it does that, there's a big chance that this is going to continue lower, right? We'll see. Right now it's rising up again. But the volume definitely died out a bit. This is not really, it's a bit slower, if you know what I mean. Let's have a look here. Let's see if we can put a horizontal. It's not working. Why is it not working? All right. Or like this. All right. Just gonna put 10 o'clock and I drag it out into time. Keyboard's not working. All right. Why is it not working? All right, here you go. So this is the 10 o'clock open. It's good to know for us, right? This is 10 o'clock open. Let's have a look what's gonna happen here. What do you think about it? Starting long? Yeah, well, well, yes and no. Right now, I know everyone's looking for longs most instantly, probably, but I'm a bit in a contradicament here, right? I'm like, maybe it actually doesn't want to go long and it's actually looking to short it down. You just open the new 15-minute candle here. So we're retesting back up into the previous wick from the 15. We have a really bullish closure when it comes to the VIX. Yeah, I might take a sell stop here. If they break below it again, I'm gonna have a stop loss above the current 4-hour high and look for the continuation down, guys. All right, okay, they stepped me in way lower than originally anticipated. But we're in the short. You saw that, guys? Like, they actually tapped me in like what was that? Like a full point. 3 points. Interesting. All right, let's see. We are in the shorts right now. Let's see if this wants to continue shorting or it's actually going to go rising. That's the big question. All right. All right, let's see. It's shorting off, that's for sure. If we come close to this level, I will have to go to break even. Said that they gave us 3 points difference here. But it is what it is. Interesting. Yeah, that was an interesting move back up. Let's see if we can survive this or not. If this actually goes and moves higher, then it's a bit of a tough situation. We are moving higher again on the VIX. Oh, my webcam just went crazy. Let's see. Let's see. The VIX just annihilated all the way down. Look at this. So this is really bullish for the Nasdaq. This might get us to be stopped out. Look at the VIX. We'll see. If this is the case, I think so. I think this might get us stopped out here. Yeah, I feel like this is gonna annihilate our stop. We'll see. Let's see if we can survive the yes or the no. If this is the case, it is what it is. Yeah, the VIX is selling off drastically, guys. The dollar is rising, but it's not good enough. Let's hope they fail the breakout here and they're actually going to go lower. The VIX is still not breaking through the lows, so we're still in the clear. Whether or not it's going to do it is the big question, of course. Break towards this level would be to break even, personally. I will be lowering my stop loss to this level. If they re-break this high, they're also most likely gonna break that high in my opinion. We do need to see some continuation selling pressure here now. Let's see if that happens. Right now the VIX is not doing it, as you guys can see here. The VIX is not rising again. The VIX is yeah, here you go. Yeah. All right, that's probably gonna be a stop out, and that's gonna be it for me if this stops out. Tough read for sure. 3 break evens into a stop loss would be it, I guess, or not. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I don't really know about this right now, to be honest. Okay, I guess. Is it gonna break through it though? Is the big question, right? Doesn't seem like it right now. Is the new 20-minute candle on NQ. Yeah. Let's see what happens here. We're actually breaking through it again, which is actually insane. Let's see if we can survive. There's no top wick on this candle, which I do not really like, I gotta be honest with you. I don't know about this. Let's see. Yeah, it's buying itself back up. All right, yeah. I'm moving my stop below or above this 20-minute high. If they flip this after retesting 10, then I'm gonna take it out. I think that's gonna happen now. Or not. Let's see. We're still in. What is this? This is crazy. All right, we got taken out. All right, that's it for me today, guys. So I tried to get the shorts here, purely based on the fact that we're not moving higher. But it's so slow right now that I'm like, I don't really think it's worth staying involved here. If we're looking at the VIX, it's a good understanding here. The VIX was moving higher, right? I really got the intention that the VIX might want to keep rising higher, which it ended up not doing. So I made the decision to still trill my stop loss to a degree that I'm like, okay, I might be protected here. If they send it down, now that would be upsetting. But I trilled it down to lower down my risk. Initially, we lost like only half of what we initially were risking, so that's a good way of managing risk when you're wrong. I think that I'm wrong here. I think that might wants to keep rising higher. So yeah, I'm gonna call it for what it is. I don't really think this is tradable. Now I'm looking at it with a fresh pair of eyes without being involved. I don't think it's tradable. I don't think it's really doing anything at all. So I'm gonna call it for what it is, guys. We had a long on gold, 3 break evens, and now a stop loss on NQ. So yeah, it is what it is. I'm gonna call it for today. I'll be back tomorrow around the same time, most likely, right? And then yeah, let's see what comes out of it. I really appreciate every single one of you guys tuning in. Like 39 people still watching is insane. Thank you very much for tuning in, and yeah, I wish you guys a wonderful day ahead, and stay safe in the market, guys. Stay safe, okay? See you later, guys. Ciao, ciao. Bye. See you tomorrow. Make sure to hit on the notification bell so you will be notified when I'm live tomorrow, all right? Stay safe. Ciao.